whoever else is joining us for this special occasion. It is I, PWG Nickel F. Buckle, acclaimed filmmaker from the golden age of Hollywood, and I was around in the 40s as well. I was out and about. I'm the head of Everything Now, the motion picture company, if you're familiar. And today I've decided that in the spirit of Halloween that we'll bring on some good chaps and discuss one of the most legendary horror movies of the millennia, I suppose, of all time, honestly. There's just so much surrounding it that makes it so special. Yes, we're talking about Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, based on the novella by Stephen King. I did help shadow produce this film. Stanley and I were bridge partners, and I'd hear him just blah blah bitch about how poorly the movie's going. You know, just how much of a struggle it is to make a film, which is a bit of a baby, if you know what I mean. And we all know that he kind of sucked, right? We all know that he kind of sucked. I was kind of like his buddy who made him look good. That's all I'll say. Who's there? Ali Drowned. Hi. Welcome. This is Everything Now. I'm PWG Nickel F. Buckle, and we're doing a live commentary of The Shining. For the sake of Twitch, I'd recommend you get your own copy and sync it with ours. We'll kind of do a countdown system if you've ever done that with a commentary track before. But otherwise, your view of The Shining might be a little hazy otherwise. But please come and join us for this endeavor. PWG, Nickel F. Buckle. Yes, classic filmmakers had to change their names to stand out a little bit, but I don't want to, be going around as Pert, Wemberton, Nickel, Fert, Buckle, It's kind of a hard thing to say over and over again, so I kind of condensed it, if you will. And if you have a problem with that, go suck an egg. Now, my special guests today are some lovely, lovely folks, people who have worked on the film, as well as an actual journalist, a person who talks about movies as if they're worth something. You're so happy to be here. We're so happy to have you. It means the world to us. I have the laptop here.
Thank you, you will never escape.
God bless you. Who did that? Who the hell did that? What is your problem? Let's see. I want to give a big thanks to, oh God, who was it? Ali Drowned. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for even sticking around. Speaking of, I'm going to get rid of this donation goal because we're not singing karaoke today. Unless you want that. I don't know. It could be a thing. Right here, folks. I'm just readjusting the camera and the Streamlabs OBS. How's everyone's weekend doing? Please shout out in the chat. Or not. It's fine. There we go. Chat box. Wrong. Widgets, donation goals, end goal. Beautiful. Great, so my first guest here, he will introduce himself, but he has worked on The Shining alongside me. Please come on in and introduce yourself. I just realized...
Hello, hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm Jacob Olay. I was one of the script supervisors on the film. It was my first job in Hollywood.
Beautiful.
I still work here in Hollywood, and I owe everything to Stanley and to you.
Oh, I mean,
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. It's glad to have friends on the show. We build each other up, is what it is. Weekend's going great. Leaving about 5 men to hang out with old people, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Or fortunately. Old people are great. I love being old. I really enjoy it. You get more free things. Are we going to watch The Shining? Technically, yes. Let's bring our next guest on here to introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. I'm David Darley. Sorry I'm in your way there.
Fine.
I was personal assistant to Mr. Kubrick during the film.
Yes.
And yeah, happy to watch it and
Happy to
share some of my memories.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
We got David and
Thanks for having
Jacob.
me.
And finally,
Good to see you
we
tonight.
figured we'd have someone who has a firm grasp on the medium, a Roger Ebert of sorts. So from Merry-Go-Round Magazine, an actual online publication, which you should check out, please welcome Thomas Seradarian.
Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am a Pulitzer Prize winning critic,
Yes.
Thomas Saradarian. I just flew in from the Kennedy Center
Oh.
where I was doing a live reading of some of my critically acclaimed 200-word blurbs on the early mixtapes of Gucci Mane.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to be here, and let's watch some movies.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
watch
just
The
a,
Shining.
just a quick thing.
Yeah.
What was your thesis on again?
My thesis when I was a college lad
Yes.
was on the music and cultural, socio-political impact of Young Lean.
Right. Of course.
One Jonathan Lean Dewar Hallstatt, if
Absolutely.
anyone is familiar
You're
with
keeping
that.
track.
Yeah,
yes,
if you're
indeed.
following along at home.
Yes. Well, welcome to everybody on the panel today. Why are they restreaming content from 50 years ago in live full-color broadcast? Great question. Great question. Technology, we're trying to push things a little bit. My latest production I've been involved with is Gemini Man. And I've essentially bullied Ang Lee into shooting nothing but 120 frames per second. Because,
I heard that he didn't want to do that.
No,
he wanted to make a good movie.
Yes,
But
exactly.
then,
No. And I thought, what if
what if this
other
film went
things?
bad?
Yeah. What if you could see the actors acting?
Wow.
Yeah, and
in
if
the
it
film.
like physiologically like distressed people. To
I'm
watch it,
of
too.
the mind
Yeah.
where cinema, the objective is to grab the audience by the shoulder, shake them like a chihuahua, and make them reconsider their choices of coming to the theater in the first place.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
to
a very Kubrickian kind of thing.
Exactly. That's why we were chums, but he was just a dick about it. Anyway, so yes, we're going to be watching The Shining. If you're familiar, it's pretty good. It could have been better, in my opinion, but hey, you know what? Things happen.
Oh, Ali Drown, do you have permission to call me? My alter ego is the Gatorade Gourmand.
Yes.
I run a Gatorade criticism Instagram. Please follow me.
Everyone literally follow the Gatorade Gourmand on Instagram. It's very good. Great. So we're going to go ahead and get this film started. If you're watching along at home, I'm going to do a countdown. We'll go from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. And you can kind of sync up your film. You like orange juice more?
Not in this house.
How-
Yeah, no.
How does orange Gatorade size up to?
Well, you know, I would suggest that you and many others find my review of Orange on the Gatorade Gourmand.
You can see it for yourself online.
Don't give that away for free.
Yeah,
No.
Why-
Never do anything for free or whatever the Joker says.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you founded the Joker.
Oh, speaking of Kino Pravda,
Oh.
if you haven't seen Todd Phillips' Joker movie, I mean, what are you doing?
There's the most cinematic film out in theaters
The
today.
most film.
The most movie
The most movie.
is Joker.
If you like movies, you're gonna love Joker.
Because I watch everything out in theaters right now, and I think this is nothing like when I was in the industry, when I was in the circle, you know. But the Joker really helped me feel at home, like I had a place.
Cinema.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate you guys say that I worked on the Joker.
Oh, my
Wow.
God!
I was,
Congratulations!
I
on
was
your
a script
success.
doctor on there, much like what I did on The Shining. I was my main job was to muddy the politics a little more.
Oh, God.
They were so muddy.
That was
Yeah,
smart.
Yeah.
early drafts, it was really easy to assess what they were trying to say with the film, and
Right.
we really wanted to make sure no one could really figure out what they wanted to
Well,
say.
that's the
Yeah.
magic of art.
Yeah.
Is making you reflect on what it means.
Yeah, I think we did a good job.
Yeah.
You know, if you go in there and you're on the left, you're on the right, whatever, you can see yourself in the movie, and in that way, art really means nothing.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
it should speak to everyone.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
exactly. Yes. See, consummate professionals. Now we're gonna start the film. We're gonna do a countdown. Please sync it up at home or watch whatever thing we're gonna be showing on screen. You'll see. You'll kind of see what I mean. All right. Start your engines in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now you're showing.
Movie time. Oh wait, no, that's a different thing.
Roll that
It's,
camera.
It's a
Yeah.
completely different thing. And
Project
you'll
the film.
see, this is. Oh, is that what we're doing right
Pop
now?
the corn.
Oh,
Let's see.
looking a little ghostly.
I like the film.
That's interesting how that's working out.
Oh,
How about this?
There we go.
yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll,
Wow, it's like California Soarin'.
that was
Yeah.
kind of the goal. Originally,
Yeah.
the project started as a California soaring-esque adventure.
Yeah.
So Kubrick was in the Disney pocket then, far before
Absolutely.
some of these other
yes.
gestures.
I mean, as you know, he has involvement with the moon.
Well,
So did Disney.
Big moon.
Yes, big moon man. So
Patrick Warburton is still in the film if you keep an eye out. I'll
it's
point it
true.
out when we
Yes,
get
he
to
is somewhere in here. Yes.
Yeah.
But indeed, this did start as a documentary project of gliding camera shots across the California Valley and Napa, Big Bear,
Yeah.
Anaheim,
And Disneyland.
and Disneyland,
The
of
castle.
course. Why not?
Why
Yes.
not?
I remember he spent a long time. I had to get asphalt samples because he wanted to get the smell of the road when you're
course.
flying over it right now.
So Kubrick was more of an olfactory director then?
Well,
from what
yeah,
I'm
you know,
hearing?
just like when it was the Soarin' California thing, you know, he wanted to have all the sensory things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, sadly that got lost, you know. But
So at what point did it shift from being in California to Colorado, which I believe is the final cut?
Yeah, you know, we decided after a certain point that we should probably add some sort of narrative to this. As experimental as we were back in the day, we thought we found this car on the road and thought, who's in that car? We tried as writers to get in the mind of who's in that car and what are they doing.
Oh, and what followed was The Shining.
Exactly,
That's
yes.
interesting.
And we've had about 30 general meetings with Scatman Crothers at this point. So we decided we need a vehicle for Scatman. And we thought this would be just about Scatman running a hotel. And then along the way, Jack Nicholson, everyone's favorite Jackson Nicholson, kind of kicked down the door and demanded that we make something with him instead.
yeah.
What were some of the other projects Scatman was being considered before this? Because you had 30 meetings.
Scatman has a boat.
Wow.
Scatman runs a casino. Scatman runs a soda factory.
Scatman Christmas Vacation.
Scatman Christmas
Scatman,
Vacation,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Scatman European Vacation.
Scatman Returns.
Scatman Vegas Vacation.
Scatman Band Camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scatman the book.
Begins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scatman the Book of Love
Yeah.
was interesting. Yes.
Scatman v Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We really.
Fantabulous
That was in
Emancipation of one
development hell
Scatman
for
Crothers.
I'm glad to hear that name convention has been taken up again.
Yes, it was such striking when Scatman had his own Fantabulous Emancipation.
Exactly. Yes, I'm of the class that.
There it is.
And here, that's The Shining right there.
Yep.
That's The Shining.
The Shining
Yes.
Hotel.
We really tried to call it The Shining Hotel, but
yeah.
people were. Stephen King yelled us on the phone over it.
Yeah, I've heard he's a bit of a diva. Do you care to? What were your
yeah,
experiences
yeah.
working with
I
him?
mean, Kubrick is his own little version of a bitch, but I'd say Mr. King would just not stop calling us. He was just nonstop with the ringing and that's not what it was like in the book.
One of
And,
those
yeah.
auteur types.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I told him, what
Suck
book?
an egg.
Yeah, I told him suck an egg, and then I threw a book into a
Then what, you a
fireplace.
fucking nerd or something?
Yeah.
Reading? Hey.
Hey, you sound like a young me,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yes.
Well, you're my biggest inspiration, so it's a
Oh, well,
pleasure to
you
hear
know
that.
what? This is just a wall of people who respect each other. Well, good, yes. This is where he gets the job to take care of the hotel.
So many people in the film critic community
Yes.
focus in on Jack Nicholson's hair in this scene as something that really kind of set shockwaves off across just the annals of cinema history.
Sure.
I was wondering who was his stylist.
Yes.
What was that like, getting it that way?
Her name was Ginger, and
Oh, yeah.
she was a scissors pro. So it was kind of her specialty. She was like,
Yeah.
you need someone to trim a hedge essentially.
Yeah.
And she'll come into play.
And weird thing, she never used combs. She was very against
No.
combs.
Wow.
Never
she
measured.
would use the scissors as a comb.
Yeah.
kind of.
Cut first,
Yeah.
measure later. is
Yeah.
kind of her-
That's
her
dangerous, but exciting.
That kind of kept the character on edge, in
Yeah.
our opinion. You know,
I've been on a lot of productions where you hire a stylist and they just don't know how to use scissors.
it's
So Ginger
Yeah.
was.
You gotta get a scissors from a
exactly.
master.
Yeah, she gives master classes in her living room actually, but it's technically not legal as part of union standards. Scissors work is not the crucial thing in the hair and makeup community. So if you want to learn about scissors work, you have to kind of go underground a little bit.
Wow.
Yes.
And Ginger's still with us today. then, I
Ginger's still
think.
with us.
Yeah.
She's about 93 years old. Yes. She has IMDb filmography, the length of an elephant's trunk. Yes. If you have any questions for any of us on stage or about The Shining, please enter it in the chat. We are here to give our insight and try and show you what it's like in the film industry a little bit. Yes. So we got Jack over here, I believe. Yep. Look at that hairline.
Yeah.
Wow. You can really see, just
Yeah.
rewatching it, the hair
The-
is
Yes.
as masterful as I've heard.
The original ending was that we zoom in on his frozen face, and on the hair, on the tip of his widow's peak of sorts, you see a tiny version of the hotel, and just
Yeah.
kind of, fuck with the audience.
So that's a bit of an Easter egg, because I actually didn't catch that the several times I've spent.
It's
doing
there.
this film. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's microscopic, basically.
I remember Kubrick also. He really was. He was hoping to get kind of one of those to shave in the design of the hedge maze
on the side
into
of
his hair.
yes.
But you know, since Ginger only uses scissors, it was kind of it would have been very difficult.
It would have taken 4 months,
yeah.
as far as I knew. That's kind of her estimate. She was like, I crunched the numbers, PWG and Stan, and this is going to take about 4 months, which I will do for free. She was a pro. She pro bono.
Pro bono, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where pro comes from. Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, from Ginger.
The Latin.
Yeah, if you look in the dictionary, you'll see the definition of the word pro. Now, this man over here also sucked. I'm not actors. Who needs them?
Yeah.
I'm again. You know, I help.
So you're an anti-actor producer.
Again,
yeah.
I made Gemini Man basically happen.
I forgot that. Yeah.
So naturally, I'm of the mind that actors need to be taken down a peg in the middle of their craft.
Yeah. It's good to keep them humble because I've heard an ego on set. Obviously, is just something you don't want to deal with.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Slow everything down. My God.
That was a huge part of my job. Mr. Kubrick was, you know, always insisting that the actors needed to feel tense and, you know, desperate. And so, you know, I would, you know, just kind of, you know, try and make their lives as miserable as possible in every kind of small way, you know.
Absolutely.
It could be something as small as getting a lunch order wrong, you know, adding mustard to a sandwich.
That can be very disappointing.
Absolutely.
It'll ruin a day, honestly, because it makes them think they're not important enough to make sure the order was correct. You know, so they really only got mine and Stanley's orders correct on a constant basis.
Yeah.
I remember the good old day of getting all the mustard I wanted on sandwiches, even though others didn't want mustard on their sandwiches. Now, that American flag right there is peculiarly placed, obviously. It's kind of on purpose.
It's very metaphorical.
Exactly. This whole film is just constant metaphors, yes. As well as that image in the background. You can't really... You got to zoom in a little bit to really see what it is. But it is, it's us making the movie. It's a pre-production meeting.
Very metatextual.
That was us at, was it TGI Fridays? It was
might have been TGIF.
Family restaurant.
Might have been TGIF. Might have had a Blue Electric that day. And I was having
mud pie? That's good.
Have a mud pie, yes.
Yeah.
I like to, I was the one who actually thought of this menu item. I would carve out a baked potato and fill it with cheddar cheese and bacon bits.
So you invented the baked potato just as a side cart while you were making cinema.
Basically. Not the baked potato. That was already a perfect thing as it was.
Do you get royalties from that?
You know what?
Should.
I should, but I kind of let it go at the time because I was also helping make The Godfather, and I was also kind of like making calls for, what's his name, Altman, and that dead hack. And
he doesn't know how to use a phone. Funny thing about him.
Yeah.
But he
Roger
never,
Altman
he never
no
got
idea.
The dialing.
No.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I would see him pick up the landline and then try and dial the numbers with the holder
What a
itself.
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's an absolute moron. He was just stoned out of his gourd constantly, and it
Yeah.
shows because his movies made absolutely no sense. There's no main characters in it. What are we trying to pay attention to? And so I hit him a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, so you were physically abusive on set.
It was a different time.
It was a different. I see.
It was a different time. This was entirely psychological. Robert Altman, he liked it actually.
Oh, okay. So you were doing him a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and I would consider so. You know, and I killed him when he was making.
Good.
When he was making Prairie Home Companion, his movie he was making when he died. He was like, I can't figure this out, and I was like, would you like me to pull the plug?
Let's cut production costs, and I'll kill you.
Please.
Yes.
Yes.
And you, this might, I don't know, probably not good to say on a stream,
that's
but
why
you
we're
know,
on it.
I did hear you gave him a burial in Lake Wobegon.
Yes.
Actually.
Yes. It was
You knew about Garrison Keillor's crimes way before everyone else, too, right?
100%. Yes.
Yeah. And you didn't tell anyone?
You know what? We thought it would kind of come out naturally, and we were hoping it would come
20
out
years later,
as the movie was released. It took 12 years to really get going, obviously, but yes, Garrison Keillor. What a cherub.
That magnetic Jack Nicholson smile.
Yeah, right. Just that Joker's grin. Yes.
The Joker's grin. Yeah.
Indeed. He was doing
A
research.
man of mischief.
Yes, he was doing research for his role on the Joker during this film.
Wow, 20 years before the fact. What a consummate professional.
Exactly. Yeah. He was like,
So were you involved then with the original Batman, or you were just kind of like a spiritual advisor?
Adam West and I would play poker a lot of the time. As far as the Burton films, I was really good friends with John Phillip, who was the man who produced Wild Wild West and it used to be Barbara Streisand's hairdresser, if you will. We were really big on spiders, if you've seen Wild Wild West.
John Peters.
Yeah, John Peters, thank you. Forgot. It's been a long time.
He's just John
dead
to
now,
you,
too.
so I
He's
mean,
dead
yeah.
now. I was drinking a lot of Barbasol at the time, and I just kind of was on my own journey.
Yeah.
Yes, but what were we talking about again?
The Shining,
Jack
I
Nicholson.
believe.
Joker.
yeah,
Joker,
yes,
Todd
indeed,
Phillips,
yes.
the Joker.
Yes.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah, I used to be on the Batman train when it was fresh, but they kicked my ass right off those productions.
Oh yeah, I remember in this shot, Kubrick also, he didn't want to have a mirror, so yeah, that's actually a double. And then they had, the actual actor, I can't remember his name, no one cares.
Yeah.
On the other side.
Who's that little man?
His
It
double,
cost
though,
$10,000.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Thank
Oh
Yes.
God! Oh,
A
this.
yes.
As we all know,
Yeah,
Kubrick
it's real life.
vocally despised children. So I'm wondering, was it you that convinced him to cast a child in this? Was it Stephen King's influence? That's been a burning question on my mind. For
We
a while.
tried. The original draft was going to be, let's make Danny 40 years old.
Yeah.
Let's just see what happens if a grown man and his grown son were to be in this hotel together. But I eventually
It's a lot more
convinced.
compelling. I'd say,
Absolutely, yes. But I figured a child would instill rage in him that would make his relationship with the other adult actors that much stronger and more hate-filled.
Got it.
So, you can see the number we've done on Miss Shelley Duvall, which I do regret. I do regret we
Went off into the weeds without that.
yeah,
one.
we got a little too excited, I would say. But you know what? You didn't stop Beethoven when he was making one of his symphonies, because that's too hard, man. No, at the time it made sense.
Yeah, I worked a bit in props as well. The blood from the elevator was all Shelley Duvall's blood.
Oh,
It
yes.
took like 3 years.
Yeah.
To harvest
time.
that
Yeah.
the crop.
Indeed, yeah. I don't know if you know this, and this is also how
That's
the
why
body-
she's so pale.
Yeah,
too.
we
This is how the
convinced her
body
she was very
works.
sick and had to keep going to the doctor. We just took like a pint a week or so. And
Exactly. Yeah,
eventually we filled up the whole elevator.
Shelley was obese, truth be told. So we kind of really drained the life force out of her for that blood sequence. That's just a fact now. I hope everyone knows that.
That's
Yeah.
It's out in the open.
That's on IMDb.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there's documentaries about it and everything. This doctor woman over here went off book a whole lot of the time. We really gave her like 4 lines or so. It was, "You're a sick little man. Drink this medicine."
Was she improvising here?
She's
Or-
off. She's
off script.
She's a renegade, basically.
You're a sick little man.
Yeah, and we kind of kept on having to cut her off, but she was out there. She was one of Del Close's friends. And if you know anything about Del Close, then you're a sick person because you know about improv comedy, and that means you are indeed a sick person.
A lot of improvising in this film, actually.
Yeah.
Most of it, I would say. As a script supervisor,
Yes.
I really encouraged it. I think a lot of the stuff that was on the page was just stupid and bad.
Thank you.
Yes, people
Thanks,
just kind of
Mr.
say
King.
whatever they want while they're on camera in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good. People think the script supervisor should, try and keep people on the script, but if it's a garbage script, I think it's better for the script supervisor to just be like, fuck it, do your thing. We trust you.
Yeah.
You're actors.
A lot of people don't know about Stanley. People think he's like a very specific director. He's actually very lazy and doesn't notice a lot of things.
Yeah.
He sounds like a bit of a hack.
Yeah,
A little
kind
bit.
of was. Yeah, I'll point out a few things I kind of added myself into this movie.
Please do.
Like his sweater coming up, Danny's sweater. That was all my idea.
Oh, that's brilliant because it does call to mind the fact that Disney hired this absolute boob of a man to shoot the moon landing. And we want to just kind of like hint at people like, hey, this is how dumb everybody and everything is.
So the sweater you're saying is actually the biggest tell for Disney owning the moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really wanted.
That's exactly right, Thomas.
I've worked with Stanley a long time before he died, and I just wasn't a fan of him, and I kind of wanted to just air out all of his crimes. So there's a lot of hints in this movie that I added myself.
Thank you for doing that. Yes,
Yeah.
and on the improv kick, this is basically a proto mumblecore film, if I must say so myself.
Many critics, say this is kind of the flagship of that,
Exactly.
movement.
Bombach.
Yes,
Yeah.
Bombachian, if you will.
Yeah.
More or less. Yes, I
The
do.
big puffy chair would not have existed were it not for
Absolutely
The Shining.
not. No,
Yeah.
the Duplass brothers, who I'm glad are finally getting along with Ben Shapiro. They would not be around if it was not for The Shining, honestly.
Is that a thing?
Oh, Mark Duplass thought it was great to tell everybody, if you want to cross over into conservatism for some reason, you should talk with Ben Shapiro, because I like him.
He's actually a nice guy.
Exactly, yeah. Verbatim,
Okay.
almost,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, it is the goal of any entertainer to court the alt-right audience.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is also a thing Kubrick was trying to do his whole career.
They're mighty. Oh, of course, yes. And in the end, we're glad that they finally risen up.
And I read on IMDb actually that Ben Shapiro is an extra in this film, so I'm curious to see when he'll appear.
We're gonna,
We'll point him out.
he's actually coming very soon, I believe. But yes, you're getting ahead of yourself. I appreciate it.
I'm jumping at the bit. I'm just so excited to be with the creators of
I mean,
the Mumblecore flagship, The Shining.
yeah, who wouldn't be, you know? Who wouldn't be? But God, the scene just goes on and on and on. Stephen King likes his words, doesn't he?
Yeah, what was kind of your goal in terms of like letting things run? Like, because this is not a very short movie.
No,
it's missing a sense of economy. Was that kind of the Mumblecore inspiration to let these scenes run so long?
Just navel-gazing, dirt-kicking existentialism.
Yeah,
That was kind of the goal. Middle-class white people talking about their issues and then just heightening it to an extreme.
Yeah, Shelley Duvall in a lot of ways is a manic pixie dream girl too.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, just look at her right there. It's eternal sunshine, essentially. What's the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
If you changed her hair color, she'd be, Ramona Flowers
Yes.
from Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim.
Yes,
Any weird-looking woman in a movie is a manic pixie dream girl.
absolutely. No, don't even. Yeah, turn the volume off and just see. She looks strange. That's an
Yeah.
MPDG, if you will.
Oh, yes.
Yes, coined by Nathan Rabin, legendary film critic. Cheers to you. Love these titles. I thought they were hilarious.
Yeah.
We were like,
Yeah.
let's just.
It's important to orient the audience
Yeah.
directly as to when and where they're seeing things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I also
because-
was a part of that too. We were very inspired by the show Frasier.
There you go.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
we tried to pull a lot of stuff from Frasier into the film.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was more of a Just Shoot Me fan, so I really wanted to get the
Yeah.
like weird Ken Burns zooms on
We went after
magazine
Spade.
covers.
We went after Spade. We really wanted him to play the Scatman Crothers role after
Of
he
course.
wasn't taking it.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just
He wouldn't.
we combined
he
projects.
he was, very small at the time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
it would have been difficult, but
Yeah. I crushed him on accident once.
He had in all his writers for the longest time. He said, "I need someone who is bigger and funnier than me
Yeah.
to make sense in a movie."
Absolutely.
He finally found his guy. He lost his guy, and look where it's gone since then.
Yeah. What is he doing now?
he has
Comedy Central.
late night show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The lowest form of entertainment.
That's what I say to that. Spazcorp says, "Is it true The Shining was originally supposed to be a comedy, or is that just fake industry gossip?" Well, what we're trying to, if you might have missed earlier, we're trying to make Scatman Crothers comedies. We're gonna make a whole line of them.
You're trying to launch a subgenre, really.
I-
The Scatman comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. People are saying these days Bong Joon-ho is his own genre of filmmaker. We wanted that, but for Scatman. These Scatman Pictures LLC was even coined at some point.
He eventually found it by playing somebody who rhymed in every cartoon in the 80s.
Yeah, and you know what? Good for him. We kind of parted ways, but he found his niche, and we're all very happy for him in the long run.
Absolutely.
But Stephen King didn't think it was a comedy. He thought it was a tragic horror film about going insane in the mountains and some other bullshit, I'm sure.
That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking rube. So we decided we gotta pump some jokes into this thing. That's Ben right there on the left.
Oh, wow,
He's
yeah.
swooping, yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's Ben Shapiro. for
Yes,
anyone
cousin,
who-
cousins with Mara Wilson, who was
Is that true?
Matilda. This is an actual thing. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
She on Twitter has said like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to that guy. Which
Jack is reading a
that's good.
Playgirl right now. That's not a thing I'm making up.
Yep,
He's
nope.
reading that much
actually
Playgirl
doing that.
magazine.
Yeah. We thought it'd be great if he was masturbating as the camera panned over to him, but even he thought that was too much.
Yeah.
And Stanley and we just kind of had to eat our own shit on that.
Yeah.
A lot of scenes in the
Well,
script
he is
have
a
jacking
coward.
off. at
Yes, of course, yes. Yeah, Stanley, we actually forced to do a lot of the. Sorry, Jackson himself. Though he wanted to make a film with us, he was not comfortable doing a lot of the things in the film. We kind of pushed him. We're like, if you really want to play with the big boys.
Well, it seems like you might have lured him in with the promise of being in a Scatman comedy, and then it kind of got away from him in terms of what the film was developing.
we
into.
thought we had the next Blazing Saddles. I mean, my God, it was Nicholson, Crothers on the poster.
Real two-hander.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It was box office gold. Aiden Wood has not seen The Shining. Neither has Maniac Marissa. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
This
I'm
is
glad
the-
we're doing
This is the best way to watch it.
Yes.
It's,
With four men talking
with-
over
yeah.
it entire.
Four
Yeah.
men, absolutely.
unbroken talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're barely registering the film, as it were.
Yeah.
You're just kind of learning about the film, which is probably the best way to do it.
I think that's Ben again, actually, right
Yep,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Snuck him in there twice.
He's
Yes.
in most scenes
He got
of the
paid
movie.
a couple days.
Yeah.
for-
Yeah.
It's kind of, he was a bit of the Peter Sellers of the project, so he's kind of picking up multiple roles throughout. He is in the bear costume as well, actually blowing a businessman. And,
Oh, so that was documentary.
yes.
Yeah,
that was,
that was just
BTS.
happening.
Yeah, that was
I
BTS.
remember Mr. Kubrick had me catch all the darts. They didn't. He's actually not throwing it at a dartboard.
Yeah, and then,
And then
That's
I
a
had
quick
to
edit.
and
It's
then
a
I
very
had to
quick edit. Yeah.
and then I had to
Individually put them back.
yeah, because he wanted them in specific places, you know. And this kid was garbage at throwing darts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you directed him to do it poorly and have it look stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be a dumb
Yes.
way to start
Yeah.
a scene that's scary.
yeah.
By having him do this with his hand, which nobody does with
Exactly. And
So
yeah.
this must have sent him into a fury, though. 3 children on screen in one scene, based
Yeah,
on how
he
much he
was-
despises the children.
Foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, and we spent like 3 days on these 2 shots here, essentially.
I also remember Mr. Kubrick was furious because these kids, they brought their own wardrobe. They showed up in
What
the same
divas.
Yes.
thing. He was expecting them to, you know, dress differently, but I guess they just, you know, I don't know, didn't communicate that they were both going to be wearing the same dress. And
Yes, he
I
had
don't
no
know.
control whatsoever. It was
Yeah.
when kids were around, he basically became a beta bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Aiden Wood, the dialogue basically doesn't matter. It is essentially a heavily improvised romantic comedy turned horror film.
Yeah.
yeah. Originally interactive Soaring California style. Yeah, then Scatman vehicle. Yeah.
The best projects are ones where it's like, I have this idea here, I have this idea here. What the fuck happens when I combine them together and just shake?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
alchemy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's
Storytelling alchemy.
movie magic for you right there. If you ask me myself.
Kubrick, though, didn't really have that many ideas.
No.
Kind of an idiot.
Anytime someone would
Kind of a racist.
a little bit of a racist,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
The Native American stuff in this film, I was like, why are we doing this?
Oh,
And I
that's
thought-
all me.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you. Are you racist also?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's good.
We're from a different time, people.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
It was the 80, 81, 80?
It was that
81,
time.
79 is when we
It
shot
was,
this
it was
thing.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out.
Not
in
like a
80.
big one. Don't make a deal out
No,
of it.
no, but it was a different time. The Xbox was just a glimpse in the brain of one young Bill.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, which Bill?
You know the one.
yeah. Bill of Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gatington, indeed. Yes, we're showing the tractor now, which we
Yeah.
thought was going to be.
See, I hate this scene, actually,
You're
so
not a
I'm
fan?
curious as to why you
Yeah.
kept that one in.
We were going to have.
It's very short, but it's very perplexing.
Danny was going to do donuts in the yard at some point, and Scatman Crothers would be down below gassing the thing. And
See, that's comedic gold. It's a shame the
Exactly, yeah.
Scatman comedy never took off.
A lot of
Exactly.
extreme sports got cut out of the movie. for this
absolutely,
script.
because it was coming up at the time.
Yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
Hawk was just getting started on his skateboarding.
I
Well, yeah,
eventually-
and a lot of alpine, you know, sports, snowboarding,
Exactly, yeah.
skiing,
Slalom.
all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
I eventually I recycled a lot of the ideas from that script later on for the film Grind, which I wrote.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I remember when that came out. I was like, I saw some names in
real
the credits,
triumph.
and I was like, I
Yeah.
knew it. I knew geniuses worked on this film.
Yeah, 4 white guys traveling across the country to do the X Games and sleep with a woman. I felt that's.
Sign me up.
Exactly.
I see
yeah.
that in the book, The Shining, and
Yeah.
even though it's not there.
Well,
I still
Stephen
see
King
it.
was a noted fan of extreme sports, but even though
Absolutely.
that seems
Yeah.
like there was
Yeah.
some conflict, you let that seep into the film a little
Yes.
bit. Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, he coached the Flying Tomato himself.
Mr. White.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
White.
Yeah.
Mr. White. Just back on Grind for a second. How was Bam Margera to work with? Because he seemed like he was putting in a performance of a lifetime.
He deserved an Oscar for that movie.
I was thinking
Bam
the same thing.
Margera,
I was thinking the same thing.
him and Jason Lee, who was cut out of the film,
Oh, of course, yes.
but used to be a professional skateboarder.
Yes.
Really deserved. We went for Tony Hawk because it was 2000 and you have to.
It makes
but
sense.
he was
Who's
so
the pro
busy.
skater? Who's the
Yeah.
titular pro skater?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's funny also that you should bring up Bam Margera because actually the Jackass films actually took a lot from our behind the scenes torture techniques. So
Yeah.
like we were originally like Shelley Duvall we would call her to set. She would rush from the green room, and then she would be smacked by a giant hand.
Yes.
That we had set up.
Coated
Yeah.
in baby powder.
Yeah,
Which she was deathly allergic to.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, that certainly didn't help. It helped
That was
us.
before you drained liters of her blood for the elevators.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Of
Exactly.
So
course,
she really
yeah.
got a bad deal with The Shining.
I'd
Yeah.
say in the long run
Well,
that we should be in jail, but
Yes.
you know, the statute of limitations really only runs for so long.
Can you tell us about Shelley Duvall and the Hot Wheels car?
Hot Wheels car?
Yes.
The day that you
You know,
inserted that Hot Wheels car into Shelley Duvall?
and they had to go to the doctor where they x-rayed it, much like Ryan Dunn in the first Jackass film.
That's where they
Oh,
got
that's
the
a
idea.
direct
That's a
inspiration.
verbatim.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're watching The Shining happening,
unfortunate.
unfolding in front of you, and then cut, and you're in Jackass.
Wow, that's the magic of cinema.
Exactly. Yeah, we were huffing wasabi on a constant basis. Look at this scat man. Just see what don't you see, what you want him on a poster, and you just
I would
think,
love nothing more.
yeah, I'm knee slapping right now. Oh God, what a beautiful man.
Very handsome.
Yeah, just
A leading man, really.
yeah, just had the whole package. There's I
a
think,
triple threat.
yeah, I'd say there's about 10 movies in history that I think Scatman could have been the lead. Could have
Okay.
easily have been the lead.
I'm listening.
Spartacus,
Yeah.
1.
Spartacus 2?
Spartacus 2.
Weren't they going to call it Scaticus?
Scaticus,
It's
that's
right
good.
there. It's right there.
I always thought he'd be perfect for the role of Bangkok Dangerous, but Nick Cage got that one.
3.
That 07 action.
Exactly, yes. I tried getting Crank and Crank 2 High Voltage off the ground
Just
years
scat
before.
and Scat 2 High
Exactly,
Voltage.
yeah. You have to keep scatting or else you'll die, as Dwight Yoakam says
If
in
you
the
stop
film.
speaking in rhyme, your heart will explode.
Exactly, yes indeed. That's 5
Yeah.
films.
Gattaca.
Scatica.
No, original Gattaca.
I mean, it's right
It
there.
writes itself, really.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's
not a
that's some of the
movie,
Native
but-
American stuff you
Yes.
put in there. That was
Yeah,
the
that
racism.
was-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had to
Congratulations.
buy all that myself just
Yeah.
to get it. Again,
There's only one can of it too, so it doesn't fit in with the rest of the
No.
scene, but you wanted that in the background.
Yeah, again, Stanley is not a thoughtful or just attentive filmmaker. He does not notice a lot of the stuff that ends up in the film.
Just a broken mind and a husk of a man.
Yeah, I also worked on Eyes Wide Shut, and I gotta say, him dying before that movie came out really helped us
Yeah.
get
God
the film
bless
to where
him,
it
yeah.
ended. Yeah.
Same with Altman. I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson was literally the reserve director for that film. And so when you have a senile bag of shit and Paul Thomas Anderson, you're going to want to kill him. I mean, even Altman was like, I can't do this. What am I doing? I've been doing this for too long.
Yeah, that's a good movie though.
I agree. Thank
I
you.
like that movie.
Yes. So that was 6 films that we think Scatman Crothers could have been in. Indeed, as well. I would have just hold on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we went after him for Grind.
Oh
We
God.
tried to get him in Grind.
Can you just imagine Mike Vogel, Adam Brody,
Well, you remember he's
Scatman
better than I
Crothers. Yes, I cannot emphasize enough how much I enjoyed Grind when I first saw
Which
it.
guy was Mike Vogel? Was he the guy from Rat Race?
He's the cool man. No, that's Vince
Oh.
Villeneuve, actually, who is
Yeah.
indeed
The tongue stud?
tongue
yeah,
stud guy,
Vince Villeneuve.
whose parents in the film of Grind are clowns.
Punch
What's
Drunk Love.
Yeah.
That's
Love.
one Scatman could have
God,
done.
can you
Beautiful.
imagine?
Absolutely.
I mean, look at he's basically in the
Eat,
suit.
Pray, Love.
Eat, Pray, Love as
Eat, Pray,
well.
Love.
Yeah.
That's about
8
9.
or
That's
9,
8. That's
yeah.
8.
9.
Yes. Look at that.
Look at that,
Yeah.
that mug.
Wow.
Yeah. Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School. That's a 9 right there.
That's,
Fuck, that's a
Yeah.
good movie.
And
but that one, so it would have been Scatman Crothers Back to School.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed, yeah. And,
No, he played the son.
Oh, right,
It
of
was
course.
still
That would
Rodney
have been.
Dangerfield.
Yeah, it would have been a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to like it was basically a chemistry test. Like who can Scatman work with the best? And naturally, the last one, Freddie got fingered. I mean, I'm sorry that
Yeah.
Rip Torn passed away.
Scatty got
but
fingered was
Scatty
the
got
original
fingered.
Scatty got
Yeah. And also just an Easter egg to his involvement with comedy films of the 2000s. A Scatty Doesn't Know was the original song.
Yes.
Wow.
And I also
In
wrote
Eurotrip.
Eurotrip. Yeah,
Yes,
thank
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Wow,
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can list some of my credits while
Please,
we're talking
yes.
about it.
So Grind and Euro
well,
Trip.
but-
Grind, Eurotrip,
The Shining.
The Shining, Road Trip, I
Uh-huh.
worked on Rat Race,
Yeah.
the second and third
Seinfeld.
Harold and Kumar movies.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about the legendary rivalry between Scatman Crothers and Tom Green, which is why
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
involvement didn't work out? In
A lot of people don't realize that Scatman Crothers got started as like a gross out late night host.
Yeah.
And he considers Tom Green to kind of bitten off his style.
Gotcha.
A little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Scatman was absolutely disgusting, and that's how he got his name.
Just filthy.
yeah,
Yeah.
just an absolutely filthy
He's
comedian.
a gross individual.
Yeah, doxed his co-hosts in Times Square. got testicular cancer.
As a
He-
bit or just incidentally?
Yeah, he did it on
Yeah,
purpose.
okay,
yeah, he sat on a microwave that was on 99 minutes every morning.
That's dedication to the craft, though, of comedy, because
Exactly,
it is
yeah.
funny to have testicular cancer.
That's how he
It's
started his day.
fundamentally hilarious.
It's the funniest
It's
kind
the
of
funniest
cancer.
disease.
I always say the funniest athlete is bike guy.
Lance
Lance
Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
Yes, thank you.
He's a card.
Mr.
He's
Bike
a,
Man.
Yeah, exactly.
He's seen in Dodgeball, which I also worked on.
Oh my
he's
God.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I
you're
worked
a
on
luminary.
Yeah, I worked on Dodgeball a little bit. I didn't write it, but I worked on it.
Nice.
Oh.
Now, all right, five best comedians. Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
John
Absolutely.
Cena.
John
Kevin
Cena,
Hart,
Kevin Hart, Lance Armstrong,
Lance Armstrong.
and then finally, what?
Amanda
Scatman
Bynes.
or Amanda Bynes?
Oh,
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Scatman's like a close six, though, right at the heels
Exactly.
of Man.
Yeah, but he's a Renaissance man.
We had to
He's a
put a
Renaissance
woman in it. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, I think she's doing her best work since 2009 when she was first really breaking boundaries and having a genuine mental breakdown as a bit. I thought that was really brilliant.
I worked on the Amanda Show a little bit too, but
Yes.
I'm not allowed to.
Talk about your experiences there.
Yeah.
NDAs, yeah, they're gonna be up in about 40 years. It's kind of like the day that the clown cried.
It's just all the legal stuff going on around Dan Schneider. I'm not allowed to talk about it.
right, sweetheart of a man.
He's the most powerful man in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Evidently, yeah.
Who would have
Wonderful
thunk?
guy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Just an absolute sweetheart. Makes the shittiest TV shows, but just what a wonderful man.
I think iCarly's pretty funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Did you work on that one, or you're just a fan?
No, just a big fan
That's
of
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Drake and Josh,
reflexivity of a TV show about two people making a TV show, I thought was quite brilliant and
And clearly
Yeah.
influenced from The Shining. I mean,
Exactly,
It's
yeah.
clearly.
Yeah.
There needs to be more, media about people making movies and TV. That's what
It's
what people,
it's the most
Yeah.
fascinating concept.
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah.
You're an artist? Tell me more.
the only important people in the world are artists and making art about being artists.
Yeah, I will say this though, on iCarly, the idea that these few people would just get on camera with little plan and entertain people on the internet seems totally stupid and
Just a
ridiculous.
goofish.
Yeah.
No one would ever
goofish
watch
gallant.
that.
Completely implausible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, what fucking morons. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
that's where the core of the comedy is.
pathetic, really.
Indeed.
The idea of
You're always
watching it.
laughing at them, not with them. It's
Absolutely.
clear.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, there's
What?
there's a direct line of like,
Yeah.
that's the fool right there.
there.
Yeah.
And I'm gesturing to our monitor in the hypothetical situation.
Certainly
Not
not.
Scatman.
No, we love Scatman. He's not a fool.
My God. Yes.
Man, I forgot how much of this movie is just talking.
Yeah.
Well, it's mumblecore. I mean, it
Exactly.
ties in.
yes,
It makes
they just,
sense.
They just got
Oh.
Was
1, 2,
room
3,
tour?
set.
What's that?
that beautiful documentary. Oh.
So you're recently sober, I see. But during this, your consumption habits were legendary during this film.
I drink anything that moves.
Yeah.
Anything that you can see in a vial.
You mentioned you were
anything that was liquid.
Yes,
you would
exactly,
drink,
yeah.
is what you're saying.
My line's
anything
at,
that was
My
Depends
line's
on
at
drink
Yeah.
is. That it's
my line's at gelatin. I would say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do you consider that something to drink, or is that was like too far in the road of food?
That's where it starts with.
Oh, okay.
Hilarious. That's where it starts when it comes to me consuming like solid alcohol.
Gotcha.
Like
Which-
half of Crafty every day was cocaine.
Well, I
pretty
was
much,
gonna
yeah.
ask
It was
just
1980.
how much you spent on Jack Nicholson's nose powder.
Yeah. 80% of the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was everyone's nose powder. It was,
Okay.
is a thing.
This
We also-
movie originally had like 1,000 extras and other people. Like this hotel was bustling.
This is embarrassing. Look how empty the hotel is.
Yeah,
it's
what
like
kind
there's
of hotel
nobody
is
there.
this?
Yeah, they had to kind of retrofit the story and say that it was, that
Haunted
he
or
was watching
something.
over.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a lot of my
yeah.
job was making this dumbass movie make
You
sense.
basically made this thing work somehow.
Yeah, it all went right up Jack's nose.
Because all we can see when we watch this is like a piece of shit. This
Yeah.
thing is
and
just
the kid.
not
This
working.
kid was lit the
Yeah.
entire
Oh
production.
yeah, it's out of his.
This is
gourd.
us trying to chase him down. He was going
Yeah,
so
he was
fast.
speeding away high on a dangerous
Yeah.
rail.
Just,
of-
Daniel!
Woo!
Daniel, get back here!
He
And
yacked
get
up
close and then he'd go away
Yacked
somehow
up
faster
to the
than
tits,
us.
just pedaling.
This is also kind of a remnant of the extreme sports angle as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Steven
GoPro
probably
kinda
enjoyed
look.
this shot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
this was originally set to the song "See in Red."
Yes.
Okay.
By
And-
unwritten law.
Yeah, by Unwritten Law.
And shot with a fisheye lens.
Yeah.
But it's a shame you lost you didn't have enough money for the royalties because it was all going up Jack's nose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
If you ever tried to strap a 1980 film camera to your head,
Yeah, it's just
It's
it's
really
not gonna
difficult.
work.
It's not,
Hard-
cumbersome.
Yeah, I
I
thought
still
of
cranking it at the time.
exactly. I thought of Hardcore Henry in 1953.
Wow.
And I
The
was
true
just,
visionary.
I was just waiting.
Whatever you
for
tell
it
me
to-
about Hardcore Henry.
Exactly. I was
This is
just
a
like,
great
no,
idea.
no, 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 no. This is the future.
We gotta sit on this one.
This is the future, and
Yeah.
it took me a while to get the technology right. But as you can see, I'm no longer afraid. I mean,
Yeah.
Gemini Man still out in theaters, watching at 120 frames per second.
I think it is no longer being shown in that frame rate anywhere.
Come to my house,
Yeah.
watch it at 120 frames per second.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot. I adopted a little bit of those ideas. I worked on a couple scenes in the film Doom.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
with Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
starring our
top
favorite
comedian.
comedian.
Carl
Top
Urban.
comedian.
I mean,
Carl Urban.
yeah. If you
Hilarious.
look at that cast now. Carl Urban, Rosamund Pike.
Stacked.
Yes, it is truly like that's a Magnolia Pictures release right there.
A24 wants to do
You want to
the
do Doom 2?
sequel, yeah.
Doom 2, Go to Mars, Hell on Mars.
Did they not go to Mars in the
I
first
think
one?
they went to Mars, but they're returning to Mars.
They're returning to Mars.
Uh,
Well,
okay.
all right.
They left a lot of,
I never saw
strings
it. I don't know what
untied.
happens
Exactly.
in
The video game logic is if Doom 1 takes place on Mars, Doom 2, they go to Earth. So it'd be like
Yes.
hell on Earth. Little Nicky
But
covered a lot of
Mars.
this ground,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
God, I think every day of the time I turned down a role in Little Nicky and Quentin Tarantino picked it up
What a
himself.
But you're gonna play the preacher on the
I was
street?
gonna be the blind
Ah.
preacher. Yes, indeed I was. Yes, and that man just putzed it up. Just putzed it right up. Ugh, the Sandman. What a loss. Going to drama.
R.I.P.
Alright,
Sandman.
Right? Just what a fool thinking he could stop doing the Lord's work and making us laugh. To be
now, a
real.
Sandler Scatman bill, that would be something to write home about.
Yeah, Scatler.
Jack and Jill, but one of them is Scatman
Yeah.
Brothers.
Okay. So
Yeah.
all right. So I now
One of them? That kind
Yeah.
of loses the whole point of the film, doesn't it?
Well, Scatman, he's an innovator.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he takes risks.
Yes. He's got to get back on the ball.
Maybe see here the typewriter's white. Later on it'll be a different color. Totally by accident. Kubrick had no...
No fucking idea
No
what he was
idea.
doing.
Yeah. We even
No.
like noticed
Is
that
this
too,
meant
like,
to be a racial commentary that the typewriter is white?
Sure.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
you wrote it, so I'm asking, was that intentional?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
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 100%. We originally, to heighten the racism, it was going to be Jack just shooting a gun at those Native American tapestries.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
That was too far. The
It's
bad feedback
You don't want to hit the nail
on the head too much, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. This maze. We slept in this maze. We did not have enough to afford trailers, and we did not want to
And they didn't
mess
let
up
you-
the hotel with about 300 rooms in it. We thought it'd be best if everyone just kind of took a camping trip out into the maze.
Who owned that? What, Rupert Murdoch, I believe it was his hotel.
Yes.
That you,
Yeah.
This is one of his 3 hotels. He has one in the Cayman Islands, still up, still actually being used by some special folks I'm not at liberty to discuss right now. Raymond Blepstein. And his other hotel, I believe, is somewhere
Currently being
in-
used by a
By
guy whose name rhymes with
Blepstein?
Blepstein.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Go ahead and do the detective work if you'd like to.
Oh.
Yes.
Where's his other hotel?
It's in Dubai.
Oh, I got you.
The Burj Khalifa, I believe, is what it's called.
Yes.
Oh, the tallest building in the world?
Yeah,
That's
Rupert
Rupert
Murdoch
Murdoch's
technically
hotel.
secretly
It's a
owns
hotel
that
owned by
thing.
Rupert Murdoch?
Yes, I know on the outside it's like, oh, it's like a business expense or something like that.
But you're planning to shoot the reboot there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
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 Of course, yes.
Yeah, a lot of fades in this movie. I used a trial version of Adobe Premiere. I did a lot of the editing.
We thought,
Wow, you really, you took care
That's
of a
kind
lot
of
of
a
this
jack of all
movie,
trades.
we're a master of none.
Yeah, we had to keep firing people.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, I worked on that show too.
Master of none.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
also not allowed to say what I did on
Beautiful.
that show. But a lot of people kept getting fired for the
Sure,
cocaine fund,
yeah.
so I picked up a lot of the slack.
We wanted to put a tiny Danny and a tiny Shelley Duvall in this maze right here.
Now, that's comedy.
Just
Running around, yeah.
Yeah, just to bring home the point even further. Just like this means something.
This is we called this the Minotaur scene. This is the Minotaur looking over his maze, much like in Greek myth.
Of course.
Yeah, and there was a whole costume and horns and stuff that went with it.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of animal. The furry revolution really started with The Shining. I
Yeah,
would
it wasn't
say,
just
yeah.
the dog bear costume. It
Exactly.
was a lot of other stuff.
No, we got tons, indeed.
Yeah, a lot of people misinterpret the end of this movie too.
Yeah, no one gets this film really.
When we see Jack Nicholson in the photo at the end, implying some people think that Jack has been just living in this repeated lifetime in this hotel. You never leave the hotel. The overlook takes over you.
Exactly.
Just a total mistake. The date was wrong. It was supposed to be the next year.
It was gonna be like, oh, he's still here.
He's hanging out with his friend.
Yeah. He defrosted, got back up, and thought, well, I'll just run this thing and fill it with people.
Yeah, he keeps working at the hotel, and he just really
That's
does a
I
great
love
job
a
of it.
redemption arc.
Exactly.
Me too. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Well, that's a shame that people misinterpret it to such a degree.
Yeah, and we were gonna put the one that I want on it and do like the freeze frame thing where it's like Jack then unfroze and ran the hotel. It's a success for the next 2
Yeah, well, with all these
decades.
idiotic title cards, I'm surprised you didn't kind of wrap it up for the audience.
We got so tired by the end, we just thought, fuck it, let's just put this thing out and pretend that it's real.
Another song was supposed to be there. The song "Movies" by Alien Ant.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Of course,
Was
yes.
originally,
I actually
Well,
directed
Kubrick
that
was a
music
big
video.
farmhead, as they call
Yeah, yeah,
fans of
exactly,
Alien
yeah,
Ant Farm.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that music video is one of my crowning achievements, I'd say.
You worked on the video
Oh,
for
yes.
"Movies" by Alien Ant Farm?
Yes, where they're going
You
through...
know Pat Morita? Or knew?
Do I know Pat Morita?
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
That's really impressive.
Yes, we,
I love that video.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's
Better
really-
than The Shining, in all honesty.
I'd say so.
This is your worst film, right? You can comfortably say that?
I mean, look at this.
I think it's all of our worst.
It's
Yeah.
amateur hour.
Just really not
Yeah.
proud of this work, yeah.
Yeah.
What's-
I
what-
mean this when I say this. I watch the video for "Movies" by Alien Ant Farm twice a month, maybe more.
It's just a genuinely enjoyable
Kind of
thing.
resets.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Recalibrates.
It's like, oh yes, they're in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They're in The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
They're in
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh, can you talk about how the process of Spielberg licensing this scene for Ready Player One? Was
Much
that
better
a royalty
film.
battle?
Easy.
Yeah.
He gave us his idea. I was like, that sounds so much cooler than the piece of shit that we made.
I was like, why even reference such a bad
movie,
in your great
yeah.
movie?
Yeah, it's gonna hurt in the long run. But he
Yeah.
thought, no, people will like it, and I thought, all right, well, people are fucking idiots. But by all
Steven Kubrick
means.
hated. I mean, Steven Spielberg hated Stanley Kubrick too.
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know
fist
that.
fought.
Yeah.
Fist fought.
They got into a physical altercation.
On this
Wow,
film.
On this film. Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg worked on this film.
No,
No.
Steven
Oh, okay.
Spielberg learned that he was making this movie, ran
Oh,
up
and
the
just
mountain,
Beat his
and
ass.
just jumped
That's
him.
good. That's
and just
good.
absolutely clobbered him.
Spielberg would say, "You're about to have a close encounter with the first and the second kind."
Exactly.
That's
He would hold
And
his
he
two
was,
fists.
held his two
Yeah.
fists,
Yeah.
and then fourth, fifth.
Underrated bruiser, Steven Spielberg, has
Yeah.
really set a lot of people straight.
Yes, he's an unlockable character in most fighting games because he was just known in Hollywood to beat the crap out of anybody. It was
And
just
NBA
kind of
Jam.
yes,
And PH, yes.
big head mode. I'd like to claim credit for creating that, but I can't. Naturally, that was.
I think his character's also hidden in the code of Def Jam.
Yes.
That fighting game.
exactly. So you get Tony
Fight for
Yayo,
NY.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
Tony,
Vendetta.
yeah, Tony Yayo and Common
And Steven
fighting Steven
And
Spielberg.
they lose every time. It's
Yeah,
it's
exactly,
like Mike
yeah.
Tyson and Punch Out or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. It's too
Yeah.
overpowered.
Exactly. Soda Popinski, Steven Spielberg, and Def Jam fight for New York. God, what a game!
I miss it.
I
We
really,
should-
I really wish, and I really mean this, they should make a sprite-based 2D fighting game for Def Jam these days. And get all the rappers to come
Absolutely,
in, make
yeah.
the old Mortal Kombat 3 style fighting stances and whatnot.
That is, well, this is something for the listeners at home. Merry Go Round is actually opening a game studio.
No
and,
kidding.
that was on the docket. That was one
God.
of the ideas we had.
Merry-Go-Round Magazine, a publication for smart people like you.
Different
Only
typewriter,
intellectual.
Different typewriter, yes. We looked at Stanley like, anything wrong with this scene here? And he's like,
And he was
"Oh."
yacked out
Yeah,
of his
we'd
mind.
really
No
need
idea
to-
where he is.
Yeah.
We'd really like poke him about it and be like, "Hey, you dipshit, you notice anything?" And then like he'd just be laying there with a needle in his arm, like
Well,
always.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's nice that you didn't like tell him. Like you tried to give him the dignity of being like, oh yes, the typewriter's wrong.
Let him
Yeah.
find
But
out.
he was out of his
Exactly.
out of control.
We're foolish to think that he could figure it out.
Yeah, you know, it'd be a cool fighting game.
Ooh.
Like auteur director.
Absolutely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You put Spielberg, you put Kubrick in it. Bong
Hitchcock.
Joon-ho,
Bong Joon-ho's
Hitchcock.
in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, who else?
Bergman.
Greta Gerwig.
Greta Gerwig's
Gerwig.
in there, yeah.
Yeah, maybe they have like attacks that are kind of based around the
Their
movies.
their
movies
films.
they're in, yes,
Simon Pegg.
exactly.
Simon Pegg can have like a shotgun.
There you
and,
go, yeah.
You know.
Simon Pegg, yeah.
Or not Simon
auteur,
Timothy
Simon
filmmaker,
Pegg
yeah.
has directed several movies.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you
All
call him an
bad.
auteur.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright,
Run Fat
Fuck
Boy
that guy.
Run.
Yeah, he directed Run Fat Boy Run.
Yeah.
No, Nick Frost made Cuban Fury as well. So
Yeah.
you know. Also, you know who?
David Schwimmer.
David Schwimmer.
Schwimmer.
He'd be
Also
in
a
it.
director.
Swim
Yeah,
with
he
the
directed.
Schwinn.
Yeah,
He directed that Simon Pegg movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was a mentor to a promising young screenwriter. He became just a conservative pundit recently, but he came to me with his script for Run Fat Boy Run. I
Oh.
thought this is a beautiful document. I
Gavin
really,
McInnes?
I really hope it turns into something. His name is Michael Ian Black.
Ah,
Oh
gotcha.
yeah.
And, I
He
really-
wrote Run Fat Boy Run.
He wrote, Michael Ian Black wrote Run Fat Boy Run. I don't
What
know
a
if you
dumb
knew
thing
that.
to know.
Yeah,
You know
what,
what I mean?
what a ridiculous, stupid thing that you could know.
What a
I,
useless.
I have more questions about Grind, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just really wondering that van. Is it still in circulation?
I drive it every day. It's outside.
You drive the Grind van?
It's parked outside.
God, golly me.
And if
Anyway.
that thing's a rockin', come on in.
Oh,
Know what I
okay.
mean?
Come on in.
Can always use
Thank
another.
you. Come on.
That's
It doesn't get better than
Thursday's
that.
the silliest day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
What is it, Friday but not? That's crazy.
Makes you want to post that image on Twitter. of,
Yes.
I love it.
What's her name saying that thing about Thursday?
Yeah, you know the one.
You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
talking
what a
about?
concept.
Yeah. What's her name?
Oh.
Natasha.
Leon.
Natasha
Leon.
Leon.
Yes, but I'm a cheerleader.
Not
fan.
Legero.
Yeah, I held right that
Oh
one.
yeah. Shout out to Netflix. Oh, there it is.
So he died standing up famously
My
in the
current
shot.
employer.
there
Exactly.
to-
Yeah, we had to kind of push him over, and he like collapsed into little bits and porcelain pieces.
And then
He
you
has,
put-
he has a monologue he's supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah.
I think he's doing it in his
Off
head. We
screen,
just can't
yeah,
quite
we
hear.
redid the
Yeah.
sound design, but off screen you can hear Jack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack.
His nostrils are all white. We had to
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
You had
dripping
to, yeah,
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Color correct the
Yeah.
blood coming from his nose.
Yeah.
Jack, over here, Jack.
What happened to Friday? It's just amateurish. What?
He stood there for
It's jumped
Friday.
to Saturday.
He just stood there for Friday. That was basically it. This is a terrible week in the life of this family, I must say.
This whole movie takes place over a week.
Yes.
Which is also nuts with the weather and
Uh
stuff.
huh. Indeed. Yep, those are cell phones these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cart those things around.
Nowadays, every character in this movie would just be looking at their cell phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just do the maze on an app.
Exactly. Every single thing in this movie is just an app.
Yeah, they'd be like, we're trapped in the Overlook Hotel, and they just order a. They just order
Door
a Taco
dashing
Bell, a
and
door
lifting
dash
and
there.
all this shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
when Jack is writing his typewriter, that'd be cell phone. That'd be
That'd be a phone.
That'd be notes app. That'd
Those
be
doors,
notes
they
app.
both be
Twitter.
phones.
Jack would be writing an
Never heard of
apology in the notes app he's about to tweet out,
Yeah.
and then she would unlock the face ID with a picture of him, a Polaroid. And
Everyone in
then she'd
this movie would be
scroll.
canceled today.
Yes, exactly.
It's so difficult to do comedy these days.
It really
it's
is.
impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
I've been
That's why
pushing Grind 2 for so long, and people are like,
Oh.
I can't do that.
Different time.
cowards.
Different time.
If everything now turns into something, if this episode doesn't kill the show single-handedly,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that we get Grind 2
Two
off the
made,
ground.
yes.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
I would love to work with everything now to produce Grind 2.
A cinema needs it, I'd say. What's happening behind us? The sun
it's the
is
light
so
shifting,
bright.
yeah.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
projector.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah.
We're running this on 71 millimeter,
71.
120
Yeah.
frames per second.
120 frames
yeah.
per second. You're not seeing what we're seeing right
No,
now.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the pores on these individuals, basically.
Yeah, people in the 80s were ugly.
Yes, just disgusting.
Isn't that
creatures.
weird? That
Yeah,
people look different
We all
30
looked so
years ago?
terrible back then, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden in the 90s,
And I
we're
mean,
like
look at us, just modern Adonises, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
modern Adomians, if you will.
So I see that you work for Netflix.
Yeah.
Are you trying to produce the reboot? I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. You know, right now I'm trying to work up the chain at Netflix, but you know, I've got a lot of great ideas. I think, yeah, Netflix is the perfect place to reboot The Shining. You know, maybe
Absolutely.
turn it into a series too. But right now, I'm just kind of the guy who decides what trailers autoplay at
Oh.
the end of each
Oh,
show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you make the thumbnails?
yeah, I do that too. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I also write a lot of the synopses, you know. On
Oh, they all.
those.
I don't
Yeah.
like those. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna clap for that one.
No.
Well, that's fine.
But the thumbnails are good.
Yeah,
thank you,
I
yeah.
just really like that they change on a daily basis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's really good, and like sometimes if I was gonna watch like, I don't know, BoJack Horseman, it would just be like a weird
Yeah.
still of a character who was maybe in one episode or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I try and find the most obscure frame.
Yeah.
Sometimes
We gotta
I'll.
keep them guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, what the fuck am I about to watch right now?
And I don't want to spoil anything in the show or movie
Of course,
for people.
of course,
so
of course.
you know, Yeah, it makes sense to me. But yeah, I am hoping that we can get, you know, a reboot off the ground. You know, streaming, that's where everything exciting is happening.
It's true.
I think,
Going, yes.
yeah, we could just do kind of a multicam version of The
Indeed.
Shining, and you know, get rid of all these issues we've mentioned.
yeah.
Exactly. To get this reaction from the little boy, we showed him a picture of a creepy spider. And it was...
Did you have to re-bleed Shelley Duvall for that scene as well?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
all the gore came from Shelley
Yeah.
Duvall.
That was actually an
Yeah.
on-set discovery. Because you know
Okay.
when you're making movies, you're like, you want to make sure that you can discover things on the spot.
Absolutely.
We thought we can kill these two little girls in the movie. In the movie.
Yeah, in the movie.
And,
Allegedly.
Allegedly in the movie. Thanks Variety for never dropping the ball on that one. But yes, allegedly kill these little girls and coat them in blood. We're like, Shelley,
Shelley.
could you
Yeah.
one more time?
And she
one
does
more
not
time.
have a lot of blood left in her.
No,
No.
he is a husk of a woman.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
This is also improvised. This was not in the script at all.
Yeah.
So he's just, well, he's yacked out of his mind. So
Yeah,
this is,
exactly.
he's talking
Yeah.
as
Kid
well,
is
we gotta
coked
make
up.
I'm
something.
like, what the fuck is he doing?
Dude.
We thought, I guess it's something.
Very funny
It's a
title card.
choice. Exactly.
Mondays, am I right?
Ugh.
You're supposed to be
Garfield.
watching Garfield here, and instead
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
watching,
Jim Davies didn't
That
even
was-
sign that over.
That's
though.
why you put Monday and then all of a sudden Garfield. You think, oh, Garfield
Yeah,
hates Mondays.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what movie this is. This is a specific movie.
It is a movie.
It's
that's
certainly
true.
a movie.
That's a
We
Yeah.
didn't
feature
shoot
film.
None can argue.
I think it's better than this one also, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the best part of this movie.
There
Just
is
watching
there
another
is a
movie,
cut
yeah.
where you watch the entire movie with Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were really... Shelley fell asleep and I had to run into frame and just be, hey!
Yeah.
Well, she's probably horribly weak from
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
blood that you sucked from her.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, something as a critical man myself, for the readers of Merry-Go-Round, I'm wondering if you have any hot scoop on who you're thinking of for the directors for the Netflix reboot of The Shining.
Who can... Yeah, let's put together a list of about 10 director options here.
Yeah.
Who we can put... Hello, Danny Panny. Welcome to our commentary of The
Hey, Dan.
Shining. If you have any questions for any of the filmmakers or our film critic here, or your names again, you are James Olay.
Jacob.
Jacob
Olay.
Olay. Jacob Olay. Sorry, it's been a while since we've seen each other.
It's two B's.
Yeah, two
with
B's.
a space in between.
That's why I'm just so upset that we've never met over the years and talked about Grind.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
so-
glad to get it out now. I'm
Yeah.
always ready to talk about
There's a
Grind.
book to be written about Grind.
I consider it my opus.
Yes, and David,
Yes, David Darrelly here.
indeed. I'm PWG Nickel F. Buckle, and this is real person Thomas Saradarian.
Hello.
Yes, a real,
Pulitzer Prize winning online critic.
just a real guy.
Yeah, real man.
Just a real man. We're talking about rebooting The Shining. Who would you like to see in the film? Who would you like to see directed?
The Netflix.com reboot.
Exactly, yes. Let's see, what directors out there on the pulse?
If I can,
Todd Phillips.
Todd
we mentioned him
Phillips,
earlier.
After
Tom.
Joker, it's
Yeah.
like, do whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
The
Blank
game
check.
is yours,
Blank
dude.
check.
Yes.
if I can float an actor,
Please,
I
please.
still have Vince Villof's number.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, he can do the unhinged Jack Nicholson kind of thing better than anyone.
Better
If you
than
watch
anyone,
Rat
yeah.
Race, you know.
I was thinking, I would love, as Joker was happening and he was going down the steps, I was thinking, man, Valouf would crush this.
Valouf would have been such a better Joker. I mean, they're probably going to make another Joker soon, and if they don't go after him, that's
Yeah.
insane.
This is a genuine thought.
Yeah.
I think they should remake the Joker every 2 years with a different director and different actor combo.
I knew Vince.
Same script.
I knew
Same
Vince
script,
Villofs
yes.
was
Same
a genius when I was watching the television network G4, and we had just made Grind, and they were doing a special.
course.
They let the cast of Grind host the in-between segments during the commercials, and they asked him what video games they liked, and he kept saying how much he liked Do X.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I knew this man has never read a book in his life.
No, I'm just glad that yeah. Let alone Deus Ex Machina, the
Yeah.
device you should know, but the game
If
Deus
you're in
Ex.
movies and don't know the phrase Deus Ex Machina,
Take
you're...
a screenwriting course,
Yeah,
you
yeah, for
chump.
fuck's sake.
No, I'm saying it's good.
Ah.
I think it's great that
yeah.
he has other concerns.
You're
He's-
right.
He's busy carrying one of the defining comedies of our generation.
You're
Grind.
right.
True, yeah. Peter Steves, welcome. This is Everything Now. We are an interactive improv comedy show every Wednesday and Sunday. We're doing it. I know, right? Yeah, we're doing an extra.
I'm a real person. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I mean like the people who run the show often do improv
Yeah,
comedy.
okay, yeah.
I am a filmmaker, PWG Nickel F. Buckle. And tonight at 8 p.m. they're doing a traditional show. But right now I've taken over and I've brought my friends here to talk about and watch The Shining, which you can kind of see overlaid above us just a little bit here. If you have any questions about The Shining or films or anything like that, please let us know. And please give us your recommendations for directors or actors for the Shining reboot.
Coming
Now-
soon to Netflix.
Yeah.
Coming soon to Netflix, yes.
What I like about some of the set design in this movie is that it's a hotel that looks like really shitty and
Yes.
ugly.
Mhm.
Like this room looks nothing
Looks
like a hotel
bad.
room I've ever been
No,
in.
yeah.
Looks bad and uncomfortable.
If I stayed in a hotel that looked like this, I would be upset and write a bad Yelp review.
I'd want to
Yeah.
leave, exactly.
So this probably was Rupert Murdoch's least kept up hotel. Then,
As
I
you
would
can
take.
see,
Probably,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Less
trash.
than Dubai.
When you have the Burj
King
Khalifa.
Islands in Dubai, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that
So,
what Wiz Khalifa gets his name? That's a real
Yes.
question.
That's he took it from
Okay.
the Burj.
yes, it is. End of sentence. Yes.
Yes. Period.
Yeah, Q
No further
is Wiz
discussion.
Khalifa, named after the Burj
Burj
Khalifa in
Yes.
Dubai. A yes. Next page.
Good.
Who made Tall Girl? I quite like that film.
Yeah.
That's a big one for Netflix.
Yes.
I think that
Yeah.
that director would be a top contender.
Tall Girl.
Is it
Tall,
the insatiable
Tall
person?
Girl cast. Is it?
I don't know. That sounds right.
I've never heard this name before.
think it would
Oh,
all-
look at that. Yes, she made.
Say that name out loud.
Zinga Stewart.
Okay.
It appears that her real name is Bazinga Stewart, which is.
Is that true?
My mind is
That's
actually
what I
blown
was
right
saying.
now.
Or someone on Wikipedia
Some-
is having a
Is having
having a
quite-
laugh.
Having a romp. But
Very funny.
Bazinga Stewart, I think, put her in there.
I
for
believe it is on the
contender.
internet.
Yeah.
Folks, I cannot emphasize how genuine that is. Go ahead and look up Tall Girl Cast, click the director, and then you'll see in the description Bazinga Stewart. I'm sorry, Zinga Stewart. Bazinga.
I understand why she made the name change.
I also worked on The Big Bang Theory and Two Broke Girls.
Ooh,
as
wow.
a-
Thank
as a
you for
writing
your service.
consultant. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
What are you currently working on? I wonder, because it's you have this impressive roster.
I was watching God Friended Me, and I saw your name, and I
Yeah.
was like, wait a minute,
I'm
I'm
heavily
never
involved
that
in that show,
Yeah.
but I'm mostly
Bob Hart,
focused-
Abby Shola. Any involvement on that, or that one?
I don't know what
didn't
that
go your
is.
way? Okay.
So-
Oh,
not
it's
even gonna-
beautiful. The posters around Los Angeles have been just amazing.
I'm mostly focusing on what's that show called? The show about everyone's got kids. Know what I mean?
Modern
Family?
Not Modern Family. What's the other one? It's a new
Full
one.
House.
Plus,
No, it's a current one.
Everyone's got kids.
It's a show where
So
like,
that's the show you're working on. It's called Everyone's Got
the
Kids.
show is like the
Yeah.
bit is it's a bunch of people and they all got kids. That's the joke. The
Okay.
brother from
single parents.
Yes, that show.
Single
yes,
parents,
indeed.
yes.
I'm working on that show right now.
That's
Yes.
great.
Because that's when you look at that show, you're like, what's the show about? Everyone's got kids.
It doesn't matter.
It's a strong pitch.
Taron Killam, Brad
Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett.
Who's
I'm
the
having a
actor?
blast.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. This is Bob Hart Abishola for the folks who are.
Okay.
The heart is pronounced.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's like I Heart Huckabees.
Oh.
My favorite film I've worked on.
Oh, really? You worked on I Heart Huckabees?
Yes, I was telling
Really
you.
enjoyable on-set
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, you have a
right?
real history with abusive directors who drove women insane.
Yeah, Lily Tomlin
That's
and I
the
were.
nickel
Yeah.
touch.
Yes,
What's
the,
the name of
the
it?
PWG
Nickel buckle.
Nickel F Buckle Touch.
Yeah.
I remember this scene was really weird because, yeah, we actually, it was supposed to be an empty room and there was just, oh wait, no, that's later. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
don't
can't
worry about
remember.
it,
Yeah,
yes.
We'll
But
talk about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
there's some weird things
When
were
we get
happening in
there,
that
yeah.
room.
Yeah.
Unintentional. This looks a lot like a Resident Evil game, and I was thinking, that, like, when I saw this, I was thinking, it'd be fun to have a game where you just wander around really
Looking
big
for-
mansions.
Looking for typewriters.
Exactly, looking for typewriters.
Oh my
like,
God.
I want to go into this room. Oh wait, I need to find an eagle crest
Was
of some sort.
was Rupert Murdoch a backer of the original Resident Evil?
Him and
since
I
it was
were
kind
both.
of like inspired by the Overlook Hotel.
Him and I were both
Yeah.
investors in the original Japanese game, and we thought this could be a franchise. Wandering around massive
Biohazard.
empty spaces. It was the Biohazard franchise at the time. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Originally, there were a lot of potted green herbs you would see in the background. But those
Yes,
all got
exactly.
cut.
The translation got weird. You would smoke
They got
weed in those
grinded.
games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You would it'd be like hit that dank shit and your health goes up.
Yeah. Oof.
He doesn't
And
know
so
the
you were
camera's
hitting
following.
him from behind
Yeah.
during this
Yes,
scene.
exactly.
Yeah.
We had to change the sound design.
And he would-
So
yeah.
it was just kind of like.
Well, you're bringing it back from the brink of death because I mean this must have been what his third overdose so far we've
We
seen.
had, we had
in
3
this.
ambulances
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
call. It was like transpo vans where it's
Yeah.
like there's one ambulance here, one at the hospital, and we just rotate.
It's like, yeah.
Just kind of keep on moving.
Who did? I think the guy who directed Bright would be also a great candidate.
Yeah.
if I
David
understand
Ayer,
correctly.
yes, of
David Ayer.
course. So,
Yeah.
the Zinga Stewart.
Bazinga Stewart.
Bazinga Stewart.
And David Ayer.
David
Todd
Ayer.
Phillips.
Has Max Landis been tapped to write it yet?
I think
Oh,
he
he
ran
must
him out
have,
of town.
right?
I
Yeah,
think that he-
Max Landis got basically like free reign of any franchise he wanted
Yeah.
to, and it made sense. I mean, you watch American Ultra, and you think,
Yeah.
now
That is as a writer.
who's gonna save movies? Little did we know he would get canceled swiftly, and so now Todd Phillips is kind of the
Yeah, I also worked with him, and I also can't talk about that one either.
Max Landis. You can't talk about your work with Max Landis. That makes
No.
sense. Yes.
Yeah, Schneider, Landis,
Just, yeah.
the other person I
Well,
saw.
we really have a knack for working with beautiful people in Hollywood,
Right?
don't we? Yeah.
Too smart. Too smart for this business.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes when you're a genius, it just weighs on you so much that you
You
just do things that aren't accepted.
You got to be a huge fuck about it once in a while.
Yeah. He went away for several weeks, and I think he's paid his dues.
Yeah, I think he's ready to come back.
about time.
Yeah, it's like, hey, listen, he's learned his lesson. Stop torturing
Let's
the man.
give him the writing credit on the Netflix reboot of The Shining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right. So we got
So
Todd
we got
Phillips.
So
His
Todd
dad,
Phillips,
too.
you know what my dream duo would be as a
Please.
critic? Would be Todd Phillips directing a Max Landis script. I think
Oh,
that is
I
just
think that's
Can
the
you
perfect
imagine?
a
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Chocolate
about-
and peanut butter, yeah.
It just makes
Great
sense.
combo.
Chocolate and peanut butter is what he
Yeah,
went with. Okay,
Yeah.
chocolate
Yes.
and peanut butter.
Or peanut butter and jelly.
yeah,
Any
that,
kind of peanut
maybe
butter.
That one.
Any combination that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, what about, a father-son two-hander? Max writing,
Oh,
John
John,
directing?
get John back in the saddle.
John.
You want a movie to scare the hell out of people, especially the people who were there on
Yeah,
set.
That'll
exactly,
be that.
You
yeah.
get
Can
John
you
Landis
imagine?
to make it.
Just like in the trailers, like this movie was directed by a murderer.
Yeah,
Someone
by a
who
genuine
just an
murderer.
absolute murderer. I don't know if people know this. They've written it out of all the articles and whatnot. But John Landis was flying that helicopter himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jack, we lost Jack again here.
Jack!
There we go. Jack!
Jack! And he would just be staring at
Just,
us.
that's scary.
It is. That was genuinely horrifying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of that auteur director fighting game, I got a pretty good idea for a finisher.
Please.
For John Landis.
For John.
helicopter.
Okay. All right,
I was gonna say
folks. I mean, just implication alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't finish your thought. Sorry, I was arrested by the cinema. But what did John Landis do that they wrote out of the history books?
Ah, yes. John Landis was flying the helicopter that killed that Asian child.
2 children and a veteran actor.
Yes. 2 of them.
Scatman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the end of the Scatman subgenre.
Yeah, exactly. And then, well, Lord.
People don't realize he was also there.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was also there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Albert Brooks, Scatman Crothers. You know you're gonna get into the seat at the theater.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
That's an okay movie.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's not a great movie.
Yeah. Now I'd say that Joker's directly making fun of this sequence when he's going down the stairs.
I see
Yeah.
that. I can see that. Yeah.
This needs some more jock jams.
Exactly.
Well, I was just gonna say originally.
Hey!
So Gary Glitter was also wanted for the soundtrack. To
Yeah.
this.
Brilliant.
The
Yeah.
song I pitched for this scene, though, it makes a lot more sense. He's walking down to Real Big Fish's beer.
Yeah, thank
That's
you.
the
Yeah,
song that was
exactly.
supposed to be
A
playing.
ska song without any horns.
Yeah.
How peculiar. The
And-
audience would be like losing their minds, basically. if that was
Yeah, and you need to indicate more kind of where his headspace, what he's thinking about. Yeah.
Think about beer.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's at the bar.
That's
I
right.
mean,
He is clearly. He woke up from his coke bender. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, my whistle needs wetting.
A
Yeah.
to B to C. It makes sense,
Yeah.
but
And
Stanley-
also, when we had a lot more people in the hotel in the original draft, right now there's supposed to be a big raucous Big Bad Voodoo Daddy show
Oh,
happening
wow.
there.
The Squirrel Nut
With the
Zippers,
actual
I think.
band.
Well, there's
Yeah.
Cherry
Squirrel
Papa
Nut
Daddy
Zippers
were there,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Catch 22 before they turned into Streetlight Manifesto.
sure.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's something for the heads out there.
Oh,
That's a-
listen,
yeah.
if you want to go, I'll
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Well, as a music critic, I'd be happy to.
Exactly. Do you need an 85-year-old filmmaker to talk about ska on Merry-Go-Round Magazine?
That is what we talked about. Our meeting is kind of like opening us up to more demographics, and the
Of course.
85-year-old ska fans is definitely kind of a blind spot.
We're out there. We're
yeah.
out there. They're all over the place.
Representation matters, and I would
Exactly,
love to have
yeah.
you.
This
Uh,
will
Most
be-
ska fans are old.
I'd say
they're
so.
at least- 85 is a little higher up, but there are very few young ska fans.
Yeah,
so
true.
yeah.
That makes sense. That audience seems untapped.
It's basically senile at this point, yes.
Yeah.
What's happening back here?
When's fourth wave? You know?
I think
That's my question.
Yeah, who's going to start the fourth wave? I don't know. I don't know. That's like asking, when's Jesus coming back, you know? It's like,
Well,
It's hard to say.
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to Everything Now, folks who are watching at home. I didn't want to dare look at who's watching this right now. numbers-wise. But you know what? Listen, I genuinely think that I'm gonna
Just having fun watching.
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
movie,
save this and then-
Reminiscing.
yeah. If you feel the need,
We're doing all right. It's in the double digits.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
This is sickening. What are you doing? Anyway,
We got the app
yes.
open.
Well,
Shining Heads, that's a big community.
Yeah, of
and
course.
we've been
Yeah.
taking down their idol. This
I have to
entire
show
time.
you.
Yeah.
We have to show you the truth behind
Yeah.
the magic. Okay, and we really hope that you're appreciating becoming woke for once.
Yeah, just once.
Just being awoken.
I heard that Charlton Heston was originally considered to be the bartender.
Bartender,
Is that
yeah,
true?
exactly,
Yeah.
yes. Shotgun in hand, cigar in mouth, sunglasses adorned. It was going to be genuine ass Charlton Heston. And it was going to be our little cameo.
Mm. The A-list
Exactly.
poppin', yeah.
It's like, oh, look, it's our friend
It's
for a moment. Yeah.
renowned actor Charlton Heston.
Exactly. I love putting cameos in films. My favorite one was in Malibu's Most Wanted, where we got Snoop Dogg to play a mouse.
Oh, that's great.
That's quite a cameo.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I worked really hard on that one. Emails abound. It was just I was just slamming my fists on my MacBook Pro, trying to get Snoop Dogg to come to Compton, California for a sequence.
It's really, people don't know this, it's really difficult to get Snoop Dogg to cameo in something.
He's a busy man.
No, every single thing that he does, he thinks about very, very intensely
Meticulous.
and thoroughly.
That's
Yeah,
why
yes,
it's
indeed.
so rare to have Snoop Dogg show up as a cameo. in
Pretty
something.
much, yes. Oh, you know who Snoop Dogg worked with at one point? Todd Phillips
Wow.
on the Starsky and Hutch remake.
Oh, that's
wow.
right,
Yes,
yeah.
he's
He
in
played
that
Huggy
film.
Bear.
Yes, he did. Yes, he.
Probably is that his first like big acting role? His first,
Soul
like,
Plane.
Soul Plane.
Soul
yeah.
Plane, he's still like playing. I guess Soul Plane counts.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna look it up. Siri, Snoop Dogg IMDb. It's broken. This thing's
All right.
broken.
That's a shame.
Snoop Dogg.
You gotta upgrade to Jack Seat, man.
I
I'm
gotta get a
telling you.
jet
yeah,
seat.
get a
I
jet
know.
seat,
Yes. Yeah, throw your jet seats up in the chat. Let's see.
Give me your Jaxie code.
He was in Training Day.
Wow.
He was in Training Day. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, see, that's not that many IMDb credits.
Absolutely not. All
I
right.
actually first found out about him because of his show with Martha Stewart.
Ah, of course. Yes.
yeah.
You
that's-
recently learned who Snoop Dogg is?
Yeah, I never had any idea.
But you're a big Martha Stewart head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was working in the soundstage next to him on the Paramount lot when they were shooting that film, and it was the Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg show was going to be a feature film originally.
Oh yeah, you know you can see that when you watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You think like, oh, these episodes bleed into each other pretty consistently. Yes. But his first feature film, it looks like he was in Half Baked. The
That's his first one.
I personally know
Tamara
him from
Jenkins?
his
Tamara
uncredited
Jenkins.
appearance in Bon Jovi's music video that we just
Ah, of
saw up
course,
there.
yes.
That was a classic.
yeah, I wish I could get this up on the screen, but you know what? This came together real quickly. But in the future,
So it must have been hard for you to restrain yourself around all these liquids. As we established, you would drink anything that's a liquid.
I was doing laps
Anything
outside in the
that-
hallway.
yeah,
You'll
just
see
to
me
distract
occasionally.
yourself,
Yeah, I was just like
yeah.
trying to keep myself up. Because listen, I'm a working artist. I'm trying to stay healthy, and the work I'm doing here is good. It's gonna go. You know, like I'm doing the good work, but I had to stay sober. Haven't touched it. Haven't touched the stuff yet. Is that a cat?
The feral cat outside?
Maybe so. Yeah.
Well, you hear a feral cat outside, folks. If you're just joining us, we're watching The Shining, and we're talking about the making of the film. This proto mumblecore horror jump.
A real jump.
A real jump.
I tried getting that word.
We tried
out
getting
there.
it off the ground. Never took
Yeah,
off.
Never worked.
Quite,
Can you pull some
unfortunately.
strings at merry-go-round?
Jump? A real jump?
Yeah.
Can you pull some
yeah.
strings and get that word invented
Yeah,
for us,
yeah.
please?
Oh, you know, I have
I
my eye on my finger to the pulse of the cultural landscape. I'll get jump in
Thank
there.
you,
Yeah,
thank
to
you.
begin dissipating it.
We're coming up on the 50-year anniversary pretty soon of this, and I think
Yeah, it
that's
must
going to be
be.
on the box.
Yeah, it's a
A
true,
true jump.
Yeah,
Yes,
From
exactly.
producer Nickel F. Buckle.
PWG Nickel F. Buckle. Any comments about the famous Here's Johnny scene being unscripted and was a side effect of Jack's Coke binge? You basically nailed
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Yeah, you
yeah.
took the words out of.
It's not a reference to anything. That's
No.
That's the
Here-
biggest trivia. of
exactly.
Jack.
He kind of forgot his character's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking in the script, it was, here's Jack.
It's
Yeah.
his name.
Here's Jack.
Yeah, but-
I'm in the scene now.
It
But
makes sense when you think about it. There's like no way we'd name the character his actual name.
No.
Like,
No.
no, we
It's completely ridiculous.
we did one scene because he nearly killed Shelley Duvall in the sequence.
Well, she was already on the brink of death from
Pretty
the,
much,
the
exactly,
trauma
yeah,
she was
yeah.
subjected to.
yeah, we were every time.
Oh, this is also a great scene because it's not the movie.
we're
it's
just
the
watching
news.
the news.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any break from the movie,
It's really a refreshing-
I'm so
yeah.
grateful for.
Yeah.
He's watching the Miami news.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he in Miami?
I
No,
think
he's just, we don't. He's
He's
on another
kicked
planet.
Yeah, Scatman's in his own world. But yeah, I'm trying
Is
to
he
remember.
watching like a tape? Does somebody mail him a tape of the news?
Here's the news in Miami.
On a VHS.
Yeah, please
I
enjoy.
walked VHS.
Or a beta maybe?
This is amazing. This is just Scatman's bedroom.
This is
Yeah.
what I want. I
We should
come
be
to The
filming
Shining
this.
for.
Yeah.
Wow! Look, the star's back.
Yeah.
There he is.
We also showed him a picture of a scary spider to get this
Yes.
reaction.
We actually filmed this in Stanley's bedroom.
Ah.
Yeah, all these paintings and stuff are his.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nude black women paintings.
Pretty much. It tracks.
Yeah.
It tracks.
It
It tracks.
tracks,
It works
yeah.
out well.
No other art on the walls.
No.
No.
These
No,
fantastic
that artist
paintings.
was only supported by two people. It was Stanley Kubrick and Roger Ebert.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ebert loved him.
Yeah. You all know why. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to say
There's
it.
another scene that originally had him just jacking off the whole time.
Just jerking it.
Yeah.
The censors. So
I-
we're just not ready for that at the time.
Yeah, I really try. I'm trying to work into all my movies shots where the camera moves into a framing where you can see someone
Man,
masturbating.
It's
Yeah.
just furiously.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
yanking.
thing. A
I
lot of
love
those
that
got
reveal.
cut.
Exactly.
A lot of those got cut because Stanley doesn't believe in it.
In
Like,
masturbation.
Yeah.
I mean, he literally doesn't believe
Like he
it's
doesn't
That's a
thing.
thing.
That's
Exactly.
wow.
Yeah.
He's on record as saying it's never worked for him.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
internet.
This was him finishing.
Yeah, the internet didn't exist at the time, so we couldn't really prove it to him without us actually like, Stan, do you want to see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't get it. I don't
Was
get
this
it.
still the picture of the scary spider that was getting this reaction?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
you
actually
did
a
not
lot
put
of-
picture
a
scary
second
spider.
picture of a
A
scary
lot of
spider.
agoraphobia on
You just
this.
you
That's
just
not the right
drew,
word.
drew
Arachnophobia.
breasts on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave him spider
Oh,
tits.
he's jerking it too.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I wanted to zoom out, but he was.
Yeah, he's a child.
It's a
Probably
Yeah.
probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
No.
I love a
Yeah.
scary Jack. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Like when you're
exactly.
scared and also.
Bit horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's two.
Psychosexual.
There's
I'm
three
all about
amazing
it.
ways to masturbate
Okay.
as a male.
Let's count down.
Yeah. Coming in at number
Let,
one.
let me count the
Two.
ways. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yes,
Yeah.
king.
Yes.
That's two.
Number
Number
exactly.
one.
Number one is obviously being scared out of your fucking
Oh,
gourd.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Having
and then
come scared out of you.
the third,
Sorry.
the stranger,
Oh yes, yeah.
where you sit on the hand and it goes
Yeah,
numb,
yeah,
and then you masturbate with
Touch
yourself.
rudder.
Yeah.
All
What is our friend here in the chat saying? Thank you for tuning in and talking with us. Dustin Hoffman did some scenes like that, but they only did well in France. Exactly.
Yeah.
Only the Europeans really get it.
When I was
Yeah.
when I was about 40, in my late 40s.
Mhm.
How old
so
are you?
A bit after this.
We're
You're
up
old.
there.
We're all
Okay.
up there.
We're
We
up
worked
there.
in this movie 50 years ago,
Yes.
but I suffered a heart attack.
Ugh.
From
The paramedics were
Which,
on their
which
way.
number was that?
Well, I mean, the paramedics were on their way,
Oh, okay.
and my whole left side was numb.
Oh.
I gave myself the stranger of my life.
Oh, you
That's-
kidding me?
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
Now that's
Yeah.
riding the edge. You think
Yeah.
autoerotic asphyxiation?
Yeah, you,
was
actually,
edgy,
you
yeah.
called 911 back and said just a
Hold-
few more
give
minutes.
me a
Yeah,
second.
hold on.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
come
I
up
wanna
just
just-
yet.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to edge a little
Get a
bit.
coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Take a break. Enjoy my couch. Oh, this
Yeah,
woman.
it was
So
alone.
did you lose him again here in this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
hey, Jack.
Johnny. You're like, no, that's
Yeah,
not.
Johnny.
that's
No,
not
no,
the name.
you're incorrect. Yeah, and we like powwowed. Do we
Here's
change his
Jackie.
name to
Johnny
Johnny?
to make it work.
Is it salvageable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ADR would not line up,
Uh.
and I'm not about that. What am I, Italian? Fuck you.
I was hoping he was gonna say here's Merv because I was more of a Merv Griffin head.
That would have
but,
been a joke
yeah,
at least,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But no, here he made the actual mistake of naming his character incorrectly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh, this sequence is
So long.
yeah. This
It's a long
woman,
movie.
this woman was the only person on set allowed to have pubic hair.
Yes,
Ah.
yeah, it was very strange. I mean, that was kind of like part of the book and the manuscript we got. It was like this is a hairless endeavor.
Stephen
Yeah.
King
Unfortunately-
specified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because he wrote this and then was like, I'm making Maximum Overdrive because he was also doing Mountains of Cocaine.
Stephen King, famously anti-Bush.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just a
in several ways.
real
Yeah.
lame-o if you think about it. Yes, indeed. And this is some hot, steamy action. This is basically mumblecore, you know,
Yeah.
like just like
Yeah.
no frills. We're just gonna show sex as it is, you know.
This
Is this
could've-
the first film with unsimulated sex, like raw dog?
the first ever?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I heard.
Well, what year was The Color Purple? Because that's like my marker, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah, and then 80.
This could have been Greta Gerwig. That's how Mumblecore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Joe Swanberg on the left.
Wow.
Greta Gerwig on the right.
Isn't it weird that Greta Gerwig isn't naked in movies anymore?
Yeah, but that was
You know
her
what I
thing. Like literally her thing for
Do
a
you
while.
know what I mean?
It's like I'm like ditzy but smart. She's a very intelligent filmmaker and performer. But goddamn, did she get naked for a lot of the time?
Like in
the
every
movies.
movie for
Yeah.
like 15 years.
I pop on Baghead and there's her tits.
Yeah.
It's,
And now like never.
but now she's like a respected filmmaker, which is amazing. I'm proud of her. She's come a long way, unlike my mentee, Michael Ian Black, who's just flushed everything down the toilet. Just absolute failure of time. And yes.
Somebody once told me a story about Michael Ian Black.
Yeah.
This is true.
Okay.
Like, I'm a real person telling the story, like all the other stories told me,
Yeah,
but
very
this one's
real.
true.
Yeah.
I heard from another member of the state once that when they were making the state, they had like a break for a couple hours. He would always suggest that they go over the bridge to New Jersey and go to a mall and wait to be recognized.
Wow. Wow.
That's a real story.
Wow, 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 wow,
That's,
wow, wow,
I mean,
wow.
to be fair, that's what I do at the Ralph's on Ventura.
I mean, of
it's
course.
not. It is
How's
not.
that go?
Hasn't worked
You
yet.
hang out in the Gatorade
I hang out in the
aisle,
Gatorade aisle, just kind of mugging,
Yeah.
waiting for someone to be like,
like-
"Are you the Gatorade gourmand?"
Have you been on Instagram lately? But
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer Ken Marino. I wish I got him because I knew that when they didn't like his pitches, he would throw chairs in the writers' room.
Yeah, and screen and just volume.
Exactly, which is what I would do. I'm a chair thrower myself.
My pick would be Kevin Allison, but only when he's making songs. When he does his
of
singing
course,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, we really tried our best to option. What was it was an Italian, a redhead, and a gay. And
The
redhead
famous
and the gay
Giallo
Jew.
film, the
Italian,
Italian,
Yeah,
the redhead, and the
gay
gay.
Jew.
Yeah.
I think it was the
Was that-
Italian, the Jew,
And the redhead gay. Thank you. The Italian, the Jew, and the redheaded gay.
Yeah.
Dario Argento is one of his
Of
lesser
course,
brothers.
yeah, exactly, yeah. They got it in Italy, and
I loved
well,
Goblin's score for that.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Fantastic.
It's just ahead of its time because now everyone's aping it. It's like when you ask the person who Disaster Piece, is like, "What's your influence for It Follows?" And he'd be like, "Oh, the Italian, the gay, the redheaded Jew." I mean, yeah,
For the heads out there.
exactly, yeah.
We're going to be publishing a retrospective on that film on Merry-Go-Round, actually.
Oh, good.
So I hope
I'm
that-
excited.
Yeah,
Yes,
look
indeed.
forward to
Yes. Well, well, well. There's Jack again.
that. Here's
Or
Jack.
John. Yeah, here's
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's
doesn't
Jack.
it sound better?
It says,
'Cause
here's
it's
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack.
Very percussive.
Yeah. This off topic, but nice setup, guys. Hey, thank
Wow.
you.
That's great.
Appreciate
Let's
it.
get back on topic,
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
None of that. Don't worry about that.
Would he have said? Could he have said, "Here's Jack" in reference to Jack Parr, as well?
I suppose. Yeah, it would have tracked as well. Yeah, but
Maybe
I feel
Here's
yeah.
Jay
I'm
Leno.
curious. Here's Jay Leto.
Yeah,
And
that's
he can
better.
Get
bash
some
the door and say,
guitar.
"Have you heard about this?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you seen this?"
We had a similar pitch to that in the script stage, and then it would pan over to Scott Van Crothers with a guitar laughing at.
Of
him.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
It's my dream job when I was a child to be the sidekick musician band leader who just laughs at all the jokes.
Jason.
Yeah, and they cut to me and I'd be like, "That was a good joke."
Questlove having
Yes.
the grin and bear for
Yeah,
Jimmy
exactly.
Fallon.
Yeah, this is my job now.
Yeah.
Is what
I
Questlove
made
would
several
say.
great albums. But
Oh,
now
yeah.
you're right.
A lot of people don't know this. This is unrelated, but yeah, Questlove actually he shoots all of his stuff separate from Jimmy.
They are
Yeah.
pre-taped
Yeah.
cutaways.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Yeah,
because
they can't be in the same building.
neither
They
can the
hate each other
audience. Yeah,
famously,
it is
yeah.
genuinely Jimmy Fallon on a stage by himself,
Oh, yeah.
showing things to camera,
Wasted.
and yeah, just blasted out of his mind, which is iconic. Truly, we stand a legend, but I can't anymore. He's
Have you
living
seen that clip going around of him being totally wasted on
just
the show?
drunk on stage.
Yeah, I haven't.
Would it be weird for me to say I was too embarrassed to watch it?
No, that makes sense.
All right,
it's
cool.
very upsetting.
If I saw
Well, you
that,
struggled with the problem yourself. After all,
Exactly,
it was
yeah.
you didn't want to be reminded.
I couldn't bear to live it
Just
again.
drinking Barbasol, just
Yes,
slugging
exactly.
it back.
Yeah, just blue liquids all around.
Liquids.
Yeah, yeah, blue curacao.
Anything that moves in is blue.
Exactly. Any liquid that moves and happens to be blue, I would.
So you were a big Gatorade Frost Glacier Freeze then, I would
Thank
take
you
it.
for bringing
Yeah,
it
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yes, because I like the idea of a drink that has a name that has no indication of the flavor.
It's
Yeah.
it keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
It forces you to work.
I'd say
But-
glacier is a flavor. Yeah.
You
yeah.
think so?
Yeah,
It would
yeah.
taste like the ice scraped off of a glacier and put into a
Exactly.
plastic bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah, with just blue.
The
Yeah.
red rum on the door was also a mistake. That's supposed to say murder.
It's supposed to say murder, and they only
Like a-
fix
But
it
the way
later
the
on.
cameras work, it was like
Yeah.
backwards and then
Exactly.
He's like a dumb kid, so this was supposed to be piss.
That's Shelley Duvall's blood. If you're just catching up with us
Yeah.
now, that's all Shelley Duvall's
We
blood.
originally wanted to be pissed, and then we decided to make it Shelley Duvall's blood.
Yeah, wasn't Shelley Duvall our friend? What does that say? The Tiny Barbarian. Great name. That Tiny Barbarian. No, the Tiny Barbarian. I'm sorry, I'm old. Wasn't Shelley Duvall traumatized for a while after filming this because the director was so cruel to her?
Director, everyone on
Yeah,
set
kind
As
of
really.
all of us.
Yeah.
Saying,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the name of the game.
You're leeching
Yeah.
her blood for use in the elevators.
Not proud of it.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, but
Playing jackass style pranks on her.
Yes.
Yeah, we were
Exactly.
filming like out in the blizzards for like 6 months, and she was the only woman on set, so we all kind of gravitated toward like messing with her and upsetting
exactly.
her.
It was very primal.
Yeah.
Very primal.
It was
Yeah,
very locker roomy.
we were so young back then. We were in our 40s. What were we to do?
Yeah.
You know, it's
So this was him looking for more coke. though.
Exactly,
He captured, yeah.
this is him going through Crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a set.
No,
Not a set.
not
no.
at all. Yeah, we had people on the walkies being like,
He's
Jack's,
on- uh-oh.
Jack's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Um,
We just strapped a GoPro to somebody and had him walk in front of him.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm curious to see how Todd Phillips will be handling this scene in the Netflix remake,
Oh, I
written
mean-
by Max Landis.
I already see
Let's
going
just
downstairs.
try and get into his mind and imagine the remake of this whole
The Shining.
sequence. Yeah, as Joker's Todd Phillips would have done it himself. Music, obviously music, because otherwise
Yeah,
it's
that's
uncomfortable
important.
and you feel like you
And
can't
strange,
convey the tone. That you
Maybe they can
truly
get
are
Alien
trying-
Ant Farm this time around. since
Oh,
it'll be
if we can
20
get These Days
2020.
playing right now,
Yeah.
my
Ooh,
God.
yeah.
They're still around.
They're
Are they
kicking.
really?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Who-
I think they are. I think they like do like Warped Tour or whatever the modern Warped Tour is.
But is that really still around?
Is Warped Tour
I
still
see them every
around?
couple months, so I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
I follow them as much as I can.
Yeah.
They're known for their social media presence.
Of
Alien
course.
Art Farm,
Alien
Ant
Ant
Farm.
Farm, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that one Alien Ant Farm video where during the BET Awards,
That's the music video for These Days.
for
yes,
these
indeed.
days, they
Yes.
reveal that they are across the street in a building and they play the song These Days
And
until they get taken away.
My favorite thing about that is that nobody is into
That's
it.
badass.
No,
Yeah.
well, a lot of people think it's a very racist move to be like, you're
A
the
little
BET
bit.
you,
Awards,
thank
and
you,
you're
you will
using
never
Alien Ant
escape.
Farm.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not racist.
Thank you for the follow, friend. Who are you?
Was
who-
off screen.
He's a tiny barbarian.
I'm gonna just
I mean, a lot of people might think like playing like pop punk across the street from the BET Awards to show them what real music is racism, and it's just not.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely
No.
not.
Well.
Thank you, the tiny barbarian.
Some people need to be shown what real music is.
Yeah, exactly.
Alien
and
Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm.
Alien Ant Farm is the answer.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was genuinely obsessed with Alien Ant Farm.
Martin Scorsese. Marvel films aren't real films, but Alien Ant
Farm,
Farm,
yeah.
real music. He said it
Exactly
himself.
right.
See, this
yeah.
is the only scene that's how it's supposed to look. It's-
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Pisses
think
me off.
the best thing that Martin Scorsese did was in Wolf of Wall Street when he played Me First in the Gimme Gimmes.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I feel like that's when he truly got into his pop punk mindset that him and I were very into at the time. We were just both real.
Would you make the claim you showed him pop punk? That you showed Marty pop punk?
I wouldn't be scared to say that.
Yeah.
I would say we went to a Millen Collins show, and then he was just like, "I'm in.
I'm in.
All
Sign me up, baby.
hands on deck.
Hands on deck."
Bouncing souls, no FX.
This scene
Jeff
was-
Rosenstock. It
This
was
scene
all
was supposed
Safe
to
Ferris.
include.
Safe Ferris.
There was supposed to be a cameo by Big D and the kids table.
My God, yeah, they're gonna be shining on in the background.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes. And who's her? We didn't get into the script.
Yeah.
But you know, we like to keep things vague. I'm gonna piss.
Yeah.
See, he's
Oh, I was
dancing.
thinking about that too.
Yeah, I would.
Well,
Yeah,
we all
me
wanna
as
take a
well.
break
Yeah, we could all. Yeah.
We
at
could
the
all.
same
We could
time.
just all
we
leave.
dare leave the frame.
We just all
Yeah.
leave
Yeah.
the frame.
It'll be just like
That'd
the
be
old
good.
days of trying to fill up that elevator.
Yeah.
That's why we had to stop
You
that.
came close.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We got real close. There's a lot of drinking on the set, so. It's hard to, like, when you have a little bit more to put in, it's hard to open an elevator, fill it, and close it before
It
all
seeps out.
spills
Yeah.
out, yeah.
And you can really only have one shot at it because you would have been collecting piss for weeks
Yeah.
on end. Really.
Exactly. We were
Yeah.
shooting so long. I can't tell you how many times I ended up ankle deep in piss
Yeah.
on the set of The Shining.
That's a sticky situation.
Do you guys remember the music video for The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars? Kind of a cool tribute to The Shining.
I do.
I'm not as familiar with
yeah, I
30
don't.
Seconds to Mars.
That was my favorite song to sing on Rock Band.
Speaking of the Joker,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Jared Leto Joker. Yeah, influenced by The Shining. The Shining has wide-reaching cultural,
Absolutely.
cultural roots.
We're talking
We're
about
talking-
Kill by 30
We
Seconds to
are.
Mars.
Tiny Barbarian wants our opinion on if it's a cool tribute to
Oh,
The Shining.
what a shit movie to have everybody constantly reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
know,
Shining
right?
is a bad movie.
Embarrassing, indeed. But The Kill, a great song.
Marty loves it, as a matter of fact.
Bury me.
Scorsese lobbied so hard to make Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Because of that song.
And everyone was just like,
And it's DC, so it's a real film.
has he proven himself yet? Has he really proven
Are we
himself?
gonna give this to the guy who did Wolf of Wall Street? Forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Leo wishes he could play the Joker.
What other punk bands does Martin Scorsese like? Let's see.
You're the one that showed him the genre, so that's all you. I've never met Marty.
We go through YouTube sessions where we're like girls on a bed, passing the laptop back and forth. We often just go through movie trailers and we just kind of like gab about how fun it's going to be to watch that. But let's see, what punk band? Just like name a punk band or so, and I'll tell you if you liked it or not.
Suicidal Tendencies.
Huge fan.
Huge fan.
Yeah, he
okay.
wanted to make a short film based on Institutionalized.
Really?
About getting a Pepsi. Yeah. he-
Shutter Island, I think, actually was the film he made.
Yeah,
based on Institutionalized.
I would double feature. If I was at the New Beverly, I would show Shutter Island, but before that, I would show the music video for Institutionalized by the Suicidal Tendencies.
What about Yellow Card?
Yellow Card, loved the violin, didn't love what they did with it.
Yeah.
He was like, this is a great idea. I love the orchestration and mixing elements and genres of other music, but into punk, but not for me. Not for me. He was not on Ocean Avenue for that long.
I love that song. Boys of
I
Summer?
think it's a beautiful song. He did the Ataris did that cover of Boys of Summer, I believe.
Oh, that wasn't Yellow Card? Okay.
My son was obsessed with that song when he was about 10 years old. What a fucking weirdo he was.
It's a good song.
Paramore. Marty a Paramore head?
I think he regrets not being into them when they were still around.
Gotcha.
Because he nowadays is like, you know what, that was kind of a cool thing to be happening right now. Haley Williams, is that her name?
Yep.
Yes.
Paramore.
Paramore.
Yeah,
Marty's,
indeed.
yeah,
Mar-
regrets
yeah.
regrets not being in on that train.
Marty would be
earlier.
like, it's like emo bullshit is what he'd say. But he'd listen to it now and be like, man, that was around? This is a thing?
Real
And-
powerhouse of a singer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's just nonstop. You got it? Go.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Go for it. If you want a Diet Coke, it's on top of the
All
fridge.
right.
Oh, man. Why is this bathroom red?
Well, didn't we,
This is
yeah.
a shot in a target.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
that's what it was,
Remember?
The bathrooms were too small in the hotel, so naturally
We had to drive down the freeway.
we drove. It was a really long drive. It was about 8 hours or so down the mountain, down the freeway to the closest Target because it was still new at the time.
yeah. It was, I mean, yeah, I love any excuse to, like, get to put on some music with
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
just, like, share what I've been listening to lately. So,
Fa-
yeah, it was good.
What's your favorite road trip album?
Road trip album?
Boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drive soundtrack.
Yeah, Drive soundtrack is
I love
great.
listening to that one.
Absolutely influenced
I was
by
gonna
the
say
sound,
some
yeah.
Weird Al. Yeah, probably.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, Albuquerque. Yeah, that's all about places, which travel is all about, different places, right? Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mainly
yeah.
want to listen to songs that are named after a place.
Yeah.
Scatman should be in UHF 2.
Mm.
That'd be novel, wouldn't it?
Oh, what would UHF2 be? Would it be like about a Twitch channel?
I think it'd be about Twitch channels.
That'd be
Indeed,
pretty
it's
good.
like cutting in, and Al all of a sudden is ninja, and he's
Ooh.
pretending to play the Fortnite.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that could be like
That
like
might be
the,
an
like the,
actual good
like
idea.
the Fred movie,
Uh-oh.
or the Fred movie, or like a
Oh,
Shane
yeah.
Dawson type.
Or like the
movie.
Smosh
Yeah.
movie starring my mentee,
that.
Michael Ian
That's what-
Black.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Man, get all those PewDiePie fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great
They're
built-in
they're
audience.
grasping for straws. They need someone to hold on to.
That's what I'm saying. You want to pivot to the alt-right.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
That's the
It
best
worked for
way-
Joker. It could work for us.
The only job security you can count on these days is if you pivot, if you court the alt-right audience.
Exactly.
That's the only way you know people will keep coming back to you.
Jack. Jack. Anyway, yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Oh God. What will happen to Shane Gillis?
Speaking of PewDiePie,
Yeah.
see that?
No, I didn't.
He said the N-word.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I was gonna keep saying it too. I didn't write this scene.
Yeah. Well, good thing that's blocked out.
It's hilarious that that's the thing people forget in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much in it. Obviously, you know, you got here's Jack. You've got you got the hallway full of Shelley Duvall's blood.
Yeah.
You really
This was
don't.
the only scene that ended up from the original
The script.
screenplay, pretty
Exactly.
much.
Yeah.
And a lot of the scenes that cut were a lot like
Yeah,
this.
this is verbatim exactly how Stephen King wants. You can ask Stephen King and he'd be like, they got one scene right in that film.
He talks about this scene.
This is what he's referring to. Yes, indeed. Thomas, did you remember they say the N-word in this film?
a bunch of times.
No, I did not.
Well, guess what?
Well, guess what?
Got some good news for you, buddy.
Well, as a fan of racism,
Oh, of course, yeah.
Let's move on.
Yes, indeed. You got your Tungus cup
I got my Tungus cup.
I love Tungus.
ready to go.
Great man.
Ready to stay
Could they make a
hydrated.
Tungus TV show like they did for the Geico Cake?
It's already in the works with Bazinga Stewart.
Oh, God, of course.
Yeah, she's gonna hop on the Tungus train, the T train,
I've been
Tungus
lobbying
Heart
hard to work
Abishola.
on it. I believe in Tungus
as a cultural icon.
He's a wholesome
cross-platform
figure. Why would you
Yeah.
not want to hang out with Tungus? My God.
But I have been pushing to replace him with Vince Below.
Ugh. Vince
As
needs
in
a
Tungus.
Vince needs a comeback.
He needs a vehicle. I worked on a film called Ready to Rumble that I also wrote and
Yes.
think is a great film, and I really pushed him to star in that movie as well. And they needed,
Seems like a reluctant actor if you keep having to push him to do these things.
naturally.
it's the studios, man.
Yeah.
The studios don't want anyone who
They're
like thinks
scared
for
of
himself.
Aloof.
Yeah,
They're
like
scared
they're
of
Scared of aloof.
He
He's
thinks
a
for
wild
himself.
card.
He's a straight shooter. Like he does projects he believes in, and like the studio system doesn't like that anymore.
He's,
Like,
he's kind of the Frank
The
Zappa.
true artists
Yeah,
are always
Frank
things.
Zappa. Wow.
they wanted him for Star-Lord. Like that's how much
Makes
he,
sense.
Wow.
That's how much he
Yeah.
believes in like auteurs and doesn't like the modern studio system. Is the one time that I finally like got him in
Get
the
him
room.
going, yeah.
Like they offered it to him, and then
And he's like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be part of this system, you know.
Yeah.
But much like Joaquin, who turned down Doctor Strange, you know, go to
For,
DC,
for better, for
go to
brighter
DC.
pastures.
Yeah.
You make
You
true
make
cinema.
true, you
Yeah.
make Pino Pravda.
Yeah, what's a good Voloof vehicle, gritty superhero take? He could
be a
be
good
his
Booster
Joker.
I think he
I
could.
believe
Gold.
that. Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Brewster's
Okay.
Millions Gold.
Is Booster
Booster's
Gold?
Gold.
Booster Gold.
Write that down.
You
Someone
mean
write that down.
Right down Brewster's Gold.
Assistant?
Booster, the character from Jingle All the
Jingle
Way.
All the Way.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I also worked on that movie.
Yeah.
Hang on, that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, correct?
Yes, of course. The
Turbo
holiday,
Man?
I think
the
of it
holiday
as-
hit.
I think of it as a Sinbad film, but yeah, it is an Arnold
Oh,
Schwarzenegger
sorry.
film.
Yes.
Also starring Anakin Skywalker himself.
Yep.
Oh, Jake
Jake
Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah.
Who should have been in this
Poor
movie?
Jake.
Let's get Jake Lloyd and Vince Voloof on a project together.
God, yes!
Yeah.
Ah, that's such a good idea.
There's that remake that's been going around for Uptown Saturday Nights, which originally starred Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby. So we should
Well,
remake it.
yeah,
with,
let's get both of them
remake
back
it
in
with-
it too. Yeah.
They're gonna be like the
Yeah.
older ones who give the
yeah,
new ones
to
a
pass
push.
on the baton.
Exactly.
And
but
it's Vince Villeneuve.
Vince Villeneuve and who were we just talking about? And Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah. Whoever
Yeah,
we were talking
I like
about.
that.
No,
That's
this
the-
might be an insensitive question, but did Jake
Go
Lloyd
for it.
not kill himself, or is that just
No,
a...
he did not kill
just
He
himself.
did not kill
very
himself.
depressed.
Yeah.
And he's ready to take on the role.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
has
good.
a lot of
That's
Yeah,
good.
neither did
Ahmed Best.
Ahmed Best. They both.
A real
Still
mensch.
alive.
Real
Yeah.
mensch.
Real mensch did not commit suicide.
True mensch.
He works on Robot Chicken
Yes, he
with
does.
Seth Green, who I've also worked on many films with.
Seth Green worked with Vince Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Without a Paddle is
Yeah.
one of the only that's
Wow.
exactly what
That's-
I imagine.
yeah.
I was ready to give up on film, and then I saw Without a Paddle when it
you're
came
like,
out.
truth
That's
is still
like-
possible.
Exactly.
Every word
yeah.
that I wrote is on the screen in that movie, and
No
that's such a
studio
rare thing
interference,
for a
yeah.
writer.
I mean,
in Hollywood.
listen.
No notes, they're just like amazing, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I trust you guys.
Yeah, this is exactly it.
Rudolfo Valentino, Ingrid Bergman, Dax Shepard.
Yeah, the triumvirate. In critical circles, we refer to them as the triumvirate.
End of sentence.
Yeah, end of sentence.
I mean, you talk about Strasberg and you talk about the other one, and I just think
Yeah, the
that
other one.
Yeah. The actual opinion, Dax Shepard should have been Star-Lord.
100%.
He would have been better.
God, I'm so mad right now thinking about that because I enjoy the thought so much.
Yeah.
Would Glenn Howerton have worked? Because he was also in the running.
He was like the next,
Ooh.
like he
Would that have
wanted
worked?
him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was like number 2.
Okay.
He almost was Star-Lord, which is insane.
Was Scatman up for that role?
Scatman was up for Groot.
Groot,
Yes.
gotcha.
Yeah. And I mean, he was trying
But
to
he
think
can only say I am.
what
Scatman.
else. What else
yeah.
rhymes with Groot or Scatman? It's
Yeah, you can't.
not
That
much.
doesn't rhyme.
Not
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, he only does voiceover work if he can speak and rhyme the entire time.
Yeah, naturally.
Nowadays, this will be a phone.
Yeah.
It'll be a
That
cell
would be a big
Because
cell
you'd be
phone.
on that phone.
That'd be a
It'd be an enormous
Samsung
cell
Note.
phone.
Really more of a Black Mirror kind of tale if they were using phones.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I mean that's part of what I'm thinking for the
Todd
Netflix
Phillips
remake,
remake?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
is make it modern day.
Oh,
Make it modern
yeah.
day.
Also, would it be
Make it
just
phones.
Would it be
Yeah.
like a movie episode of Black
all on
Mirror?
phones.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Where do you want
Well, that's
it?
weird. Why'd you do that? Okay, let's go ahead and roll the bumper as per usual.
Oh, so we're gonna do it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
do the thing that
Thomas, if you don't know, when you subscribe and everything now, this little ditty happens.
Oh my.
What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? I got the tattoo gun somewhere here.
Yeah.
Here, hold Teddy.
Yeah.
I was watching a few weeks ago, and two guys were on here who were supposed to do this and didn't get to do it.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Oh god.
darn shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
fuck.
Did a Diet Coke spill on the
God.
ground?
We're still
It didn't get on the
riffing,
computer.
baby.
This is
Just
my
got on the
personal
ground.
theater. Don't worry about it.
It's all
Everything's
going great.
fine.
Rather
Everything's
remarkable
fine.
Get some
to
paper
not get
towels.
the computer.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom.
It's okay.
I'll hold this.
You got this? Thank you, David. Well, when you subscribe on everything now, you get a tattoo
We spilled Diet Coke on everything.
on our friend Teddy over here. Whatever you want, wherever you want it. So, Space Corp, Spaz Corp, please let us know what you'd like as a tattoo on Teddy and where. And my God will give it to him. Thank you so much, dear. I'll take care of this. Hey, thank you.
You don't have to thank me since I knocked it over.
I'm glad that it wasn't me. A spider
is
crawling him anywhere. Good call. We're gonna fix this Diet Coke spill up right now, and then we're gonna get you your tattoo. I genuinely cannot believe someone subscribed during this episode, but you know
I
what?
think this is gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
People love The Shining and they love cultural criticism.
Thank you, Spaz Corp, for following us throughout this episode. Really means a lot. If you have any other questions, please let us know. And I'm gonna just pop over here.
Do you worry that you're eventually gonna have to have him drop trow so you have more
Oh, he's already done
canvas?
Sir, would you do the honors of pulling
Oh yeah, wow.
Exposing a cheek.
There is a political statement on the front where his penis would be, actually.
Is that a Psyduck?
That's a side up with a cigarette, I believe.
Big fan of a Psyduck.
Yes. These two guys might have been there for that episode, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there it is.
Yes,
That's a
indeed.
long thing I'm not gonna read.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
a hot dog with a gun over there,
That's
too.
nice. Snapchat out there.
Careful with the Diet Coke. It's still.
Oh, yeah, it's still on the ground.
Well, you might need it for refreshment.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Get my cigarette back. Great. So, who wants to draw a spider?
I can do it.
Let's do it.
He's a
Alright.
good drawist.
I like
Oh
a
my
good
God.
drawist out there.
Oh, we're missing Scatman.
See, I've been calling his friend. Oh,
Okay, I guess he was in Miami because he's flying now. I
I
forgot.
really
about
enjoyed
part.
that we couldn't film him at the beach or something.
Yeah, just
Like,
do
the
that.
only thing we could really do...
You didn't have the rights to the beach. I
Yeah.
heard the beach is notoriously hard to license.
It's true, yeah. You have some familiarity with licensing in films, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. Anyway.
Yes.
Only Spielberg could afford
Spielberg?
it. Yeah, Spielberg. You know, he's people don't know it, but he's actually half machine.
Yes, indeed.
That was only after the Ready Player One set, though. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah.
Do you believe that all of his people are like that,
Yes.
or just Spielberg?
I believe so. Hold on, let me
Where
get
I want to find out where this belief comes from.
Let me get this tattoo gun on really quick here.
Oh
You're good. Teddy, please don't
Okay,
We
man.
can't hear the Scatman.
scream. I don't want the Scatman!
I think you know, Mr. Nicholas Buckle, I think that it would be worth doing a supercut of The Shining with only Scatman. Yeah, just Scatman.
Exactly.
Give us
Yeah,
the
the YouTube title would be The Shining with just the Scatman.
But just the Scatman.
I heard, Topher Grace is actually working on that.
He's a notorious actor of his own.
Tarantino never died, unfortunately, so she's not really
Yeah,
excited on that.
you know, I heard that Topher Grace told him down
Wow.
just so he could take over.
To not edit the other
Exactly.
yeah.
I got Fred Raskin.
Okay, yeah, we know what that means.
All right.
Topher Grace. Yeah, Fred
Editor
Raskin.
of Eastbound and Down as well. I get it. Vice President. That's true, yes.
Topher Grace should re-edit this film to be better, like he did with those prequels.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's go ahead and show Spazcorp his spider. Oh my goodness.
This is
That's
fine.
beautiful. In glorious black and white, 120 frames per second. It is just Spider Spazcorp.
All good movies are in black and white, except
Thank you
Grind.
so much.
I push for Grind to be in black and white.
I wish that, you know what, they
That
should-
would have elevated the cinema,
Exactly.
certainly.
My favorite version of Grind is I find the Japanese dub, and I kind of invert the colors a little.
Yeah, Takeshi Kitano overdubbed Vince Villa in the Japanese version. I really pushed for Grind to be in all black and white, and at the end, when they finally get to the X Games and he's finally skating on the half pipe,
And
when
Unwritten Laws,
Unwritten
Red
Laws,
Scene
Scene
Red
Red
is
comes
playing.
on,
Color
and
comes on.
everything
Yeah.
turns red.
So
Follow the
Red.
leader down.
Yes,
Follow.
I never heard that song, but I
neither.
like it. I
Yeah.
gotta
It's
look
a
it up.
wonderful song.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It was gonna be in The Shining, so it has to
Exactly,
have
yes.
some.
It's a wonderful, wonderful song.
Yeah. If you're out there watching and want to know what punk bands Martin Scorsese likes and doesn't like, please let us know. Just throw one out there in the chat.
We'll let you know.
Pop punk bands, not like
No. Very key distinction.
Yeah.
No.
How does he feel about Blink-182?
He liked Dude Ranch. And,
Oh,
Stan-
wow!
Yeah.
A true head.
Yeah, he
actually.
really
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really into
just like
it,
the
yeah.
early stuff. He doesn't
Mhm.
like the later stuff. I mostly agree with him. I like
Yeah.
some of their later stuff.
When we saw Bubble Boy in the theaters, and
I also wrote that movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
beautiful
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
When
great.
Damn It,
all my hits.
yeah, when Damn It by Blink-182 played about 37 times in that film.
Marty was
Marty
jumping
was
out of his seat.
Yes! Yay! Is what he was screaming.
I think Jake Gyllenhaal was never better. Than
Oh, of course. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Look at the cast. you got
that
there.
movie, that song does play in that movie.
On that.
An unfair amount of times. It's like
Well, if you licensed it, you might
it's
as
like they
well.
licensed
Yeah,
one
we paid
song.
Yeah, we paid for it. Let's use it. That was
Yeah.
what we thought. It was.
Like Wong Kar-wai.
Oh, of course. Yeah, exactly. We got California Dreamin', and
And
well,
damn it,
I guess we gotta do it.
Guess we
Yeah.
gotta make that the movie.
ugh.
Yeah. On set, it was actually In Too Deep.
Ugh.
Sum 41.
Wow.
And we had to change
That's
it
a
later
great
on, but
one.
we were so happy. We were so glad
Beautiful.
we couldn't get In Too Deep. We were
I
like,
mean,
yeah.
I mean,
this
after
is so much better. I can't imagine
Yeah.
another song.
after the Malcolm in the Middle episode where Reese does his driving test,
Yeah.
with the cops chasing him as
Remember
Sum
that?
41 plays, yeah, it's hard to imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
That show is fucking good.
That
lot
show's
of great
fucking
music in that
fantastic.
show.
Yeah, Malcolm
Yeah.
Better than The Shining.
They might be
certainly.
giants.
100%. Exactly. They
Yeah.
might be giants.
Scorsese
Marty
fucking loves-
They Might Be Giants. He wishes he was one of the Johns. He's like, I imagine
Yeah, of
someday
course.
I'd be up there on like the bongos or something.
He's in the. He's not in the fan club.
Mm.
If you know what I mean.
No.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
He's not in the fan club.
No, it's like Primus sucks, right? It's like
Yeah.
only the true fans would say something like that.
Yeah. If you ask someone if they're in the They Might Be Giants fan club and they say yes,
They're
they're
not.
they're not a real fan.
Exactly.
But Marty is a fan.
Yeah,
Marty's
he's
a
a
fan,
real fan.
so he's not in the fan
He
club.
Gotcha.
he dialed a song every day. That
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
First
yeah.
thing you do, you wake up. We have a sleepover, and he just like leap
Yeah.
out of the bed, and he has to run for the
rotary
phone.
phone, yeah.
Thank you for getting that correctly.
Yeah. He
Yes,
even
indeed.
listens to all the kid songs. Which
Yeah. He's
Like,
like,
I'll be listening to a big playlist of They Might Be Giants, and I'll be like, why the fuck are these songs
I'm
about
skipping the
numbers?
hot dog song
Yeah.
from the Mickey Mouse song.
That's Marty's favorite one, though.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like,
he loves
you
it.
have to get the whole catalog.
Yeah.
I have heard it's going to be in The Irishman.
Oh,
Yes, yeah.
thank
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah.
Trip too much. You just had a hot dog. How did you prepare it?
Wow.
Because we had
Yes.
controversy on this show
Did you
recently.
boil it? Did you fry it?
Yeah, Jake from the Everything Now show recently boiled a hot dog, and Rocky yelled at him.
That's sick.
Yeah.
You yelled him for boiling a hot dog?
Rocky's more of a grill
Ryan
man.
is a passion
Yeah, I
man.
prefer grill too, but I
too,
do
but
like.
boiling's fine.
Who has
Yeah.
a grill these
And
days?
then you get that
Ugh.
delicious hot dog water to
Of
wash it
course.
down.
Yeah.
Which is kind of.
Oh man.
And from
Marty
a chocolate
loves Limp
starfish.
Bizkit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
Marty's a
huge
huge
biscuit
fan.
fan.
Biscuit head. All right.
Yeah.
And so what we took on mentees. I took Michael Ian Black, and Marty took
Fred Durst.
Marty took
yeah.
Fred Durst, and actually made like a decent movie and a half maybe with him.
Yeah, how did Marty feel about The Fanatic?
Not involved.
Not
He was-
involved.
He
Okay.
wishes.
Travolta?
Yeah.
Travolta movie?
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
He did help make the.
That's a
Re-Education
great
of-
idea.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
really cool.
So I had some chili warm in a pot, so I put on simmer, and it was just enough for the hot dog wasn't submerged. Made for a
Nice.
So they
That's
boiled
amazing.
dog.
That's
They
really
boiled-
tasty sounding.
That's technically boiling it, I would say.
Yeah.
But in
Simmer it
chili
in
instead
chili.
of
It's
water.
not just
Just
water,
water, yeah.
though. It's not just
Yeah.
liquid.
But
I
if it's a binary thing, grilling or boiling,
Mhm.
that's a boil.
Yes.
That's a
If-
boil.
if
That's
you have to
fair.
make it
That's a
up.
boil. I
Fair.
said that every day on set at Grind.
Fair.
I say that I saw that working on Slumdog Millionaire.
Ugh.
You worked on Slumdog
Slumdog
Millionaire.
Millionaire,
Yeah.
of
What a
course.
terrible
That's
film.
a boil.
Oh, I get it.
See?
Yeah.
Now you get it.
I gotta stop smoking.
And that's why
Probably
you
too
work
much.
for Netflix.com.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
kind of
indeed,
riffing.
yes.
Netflix.com.
Exactly. Netflix.com. You know, we had, what's his name? Sean say, just call it Netflix.
Oh,
It's-
No.
Sean, you know Sean?
Yeah.
No, Sean.
JT, Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
Big Teddy.
Big
just
Ted.
gotta say. No, it's
Yeah.
Netflix.com.
Just Netflix. It's
No,
cleaner.
no.
Another
I quite-
terrible film.
Yeah.
Am I right?
What
Which
film?
one?
Social Network.
Oh,
Piece
okay,
of
yes.
shit.
indeed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
The critical community hates that film. It's
That
almost
man-
as bad as The Shining.
That guy helped the world in so many ways, and to paint him as some megalomaniacal weirdo.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everyone on the panel in the film
Right.
industry? So
I wouldn't just be able to
I'm
do
a-
it at all.
I'm a former
Impressed.
director and producer of a lot of films.
Again, this is supposed to be piss.
That's supposed to be pissed.
Supposed to be pissed.
Cheers to it.
David over here was an assistant for Stanley Kubrick. What are you doing now?
Personal assistant.
You work
I-
at Netflix?
I work at Netflix
.com.
now. Yeah, Netflix.com. I decide which trailers play autoplay at the end of each movie and show.
He makes a thumbnail.
I also
as
I
well.
make the thumbnails.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much anything, you know.
Yeah. Jacob might be the best person in the industry ever based on his track record.
Yeah, he's made
Yeah.
Bubble
basic-
Boy,
Bubble Boy,
Grind.
Grind.
He worked on a lot of stuff.
any movie you could bring up,
Euro
it
Trip.
seems
He's
like
worked
he
on.
No,
might.
it's a very
yeah.
specific niche that keeps coming up.
You can
It's
really
like- I'm not
feel
saying
over
every
your
movie
trip.
that's-
You can
It's
hear the upstrums on an
debatable.
electric guitar looking at all
Yes.
of his movies.
No,
Trip's
no.
impressed.
Here's my okay. So I was a script supervisor on this film, and I've gone on to be a screenwriter in Hollywood. I have a very specific niche. If it features pop punk, if it's a road trip,
Yes.
if it's from
Todd Phillips
generally
sucking on toes.
top-
He's
like
there.
generally like the late '90s into the early 2000s. You guys just keep pointing to my wheelhouse.
That's
Exactly.
fair,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
saying every movie that gets mentioned,
but
like The Social Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't
Or
write on that.
what's the
Yeah.
way you just said?
Slumdog
Slumdog
Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Didn't
Fuck
work on that one.
that.
I've
movie.
only worked on The Shining and Slumdog Millionaire, and then I went to Netflix after that.
Trip too much. I have a question for
.com.
you. Do you want $500? And
Ooh.
you're a journalist.
I don't know about that, but I am a journalist.
I
yes, yeah.
am not entirely white. I'll say that
There
much.
you go. So you can get away with this.
I'm
Several Jamie Kennedy films came up that I didn't say I worked on.
Malibu's
which
Most
totally
Wanted.
fit into the bit that
exactly.
I'm doing.
It
The
would have
true
worked
bit.
completely. Yes.
True bit of your life.
My career.
True Bit. A True Grit remake.
That's
a
about.
true bit. The
but it's about
Netflix.com
the
remake
Joker.
of True
I gotta-
True
I
Bit
like
that's
that.
about the Joker.
Right.
The Joker's in a western.
Write that down.
True bit.
So it's a.
Those Coen brothers are hacks, though.
Oh, they're absolutely hacks.
They've never done a road trip.
Their only good movie is The Lady Killers, as far as I'm concerned.
I think the Hudsucker Proxy is kind of what I would.
That's
as
fine,
Their,
it's
as their
fine.
crowning
Okay.
achievement.
Yeah, it's Tim Robbins going, Auga!
It's good. That's
genuinely
cinema.
good,
That's
actually.
cinema.
What's
Yeah.
the Ewan McGregor movie?
I Love You, Joe
I Love You,
Morris.
Philip Morris.
No, the one that the Coen brothers made.
Oh, well, that movie's really good, too.
that movie.
It's weird that we both thought of that one.
Episode 1 through 3.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
Famously, they
The only good movies they
corrected
made.
Yes. Was Ewan McGregor in a Coen Brothers movie?
Wasn't he? Isn't he in some like romantic comedy, forgettable movie they made?
I don't think
Isn't
it's an
that him?
Intolerable Cruelty.
That's what I'm thinking of. Who's in that?
That's George Clooney and Catherine
George Clooney.
Zeta-Jones,
I was thinking
too.
of George Clooney. They're basically the same.
Yeah. I do remember But Ugly Martians. I helped produced but ugly Martians. I had a stint in animation and children's cinema.
Now, at this point of the film, wasn't the cast and crew saying, "Why is this still going? It's so long."
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but you
yeah.
kept rolling.
We
Yeah, you
stopped
kept
filming,
rolling.
Yeah, I heard a genuine honk shoe in the background.
This
of
is
the
just a
film
real
crew.
thing that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
This was while everyone was tired and coked out,
Yeah.
and you just had to capture the moment.
Yeah,
it was
so
happening.
we tried doing a take where Shelley Duvall, every time she swung it, actually hit him.
Because you wanted to kill Jack at this
Exactly,
point, because
yeah,
the budget
yeah.
was inflating to
From his
impossible
We needed to
levels.
end this one way or another.
Yeah.
Knocked him out, felt a little too bad, tried it
Wiped
again.
him
when he
up
woke
again, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Jack! I broke my cigarette.
Oh no.
Mr. Nickel F. Buckle, I'm surprised you haven't moved to vaping in 2019. Are you
Oh.
a classic man?
Get on
Food
it,
of-
yeah.
Food of thump, yes. No, I've dabbled. That first case of vaping related incidents, I was there.
He's really funny in this scene, actually.
Pretty good.
Oh, she got. Oh,
damn.
God. that
Finally,
hit.
she landed one.
Ooh.
And everyone was cheering. Like,
Yeah.
finally!
That's the take. where she-
Finally!
Yeah, exactly.
I had to
think it was
do
brutal.
some stunt work in that.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I took the fall. Yeah.
Will you be reprising your stunt role in the Netflix.com reboot?
I certainly hope so. I
Only
mean,
the
yeah,
true,
it's-
only
yeah,
the true fans will notice that.
yeah. Oh yeah, now you're
Gotta
now
make up
you're
for lost
going
time. Yeah.
triple or
Okay.
quadruple. Wow.
Wow, that's
Nice.
a lot of cigarette.
Yeah. What a champ, yes indeed. Oh, and then yes, Thomas
tar.
is a
Cultural
journalist.
critic, yeah. Pulitzer Prize winning cultural critic.
Thank you. Yes. Thomas, what's the best movie of the year? So
The best movie of the year genuinely is Parasite.
All right.
Yeah, I would see
You
that.
haven't
See
seen
that.
everything.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Disagree.
Oh,
Well,
in a year that
that-
Jexy comes out, I cannot believe
that's
that
true.
you can
Dude, now, did you work on Jexy?
I was like a little bit of consultant.
A little
work,
bit of
not in the
consulting, yeah.
credits,
Third
just
agent
like
kind of.
I feel
Imagine
like
Punch-ups,
that.
punch-ups.
Imagine that.
if Jexy was made 15 years earlier,
that's also in that same niche. that
Adam
we've been
Devine would
discussing.
go to a club and Goldfinger would be playing,
Yes.
What?
and they'd be talking as Goldfinger played in the background.
What makes it better if he asks if I worked on it and I say no? How is that better?
You're just acknowledging it that much harder, though. I
Yeah.
think it's like,
Yeah.
so you're like, I should have worked on
Got it.
that.
Yeah. Let's do
Naturally, I should have
Let's do
worked
it.
on
Thomas,
that.
ask me again if I worked on Jackson.
Hey, did you work on Jexy?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's
let's-
great.
let's
That's
keep
good. That's
moving.
heightened
Yeah.
comedy.
It's just,
Yeah,
I guess
it's
that is
more-
the
it's
first
more-
try.
It has
Play
nothing
off
to
of-
do with The Shining. Come on, I'm just trying to. I've never seen this movie.
Look, I think it makes
I was
perfect
just trying
sense
to
that
watch it.
I worked on The Shining and then I went on to work on a bunch of. I worked on Eurotrip. I
80s,
worked on
90s,
Road Trip
2000s,
I worked-
road
yeah.
trip friend comedies.
It
about
totally
men.
tracks.
Third party
Without a
consultant on
Paddle.
I worked
Jexy.
on Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
Up, what's that? Up the creek? Or is that without a
Schitt's
paddle?
Creek
Up
without
Schitt's
a-
Creek?
yeah.
Yeah, without a paddle. Schitt's
Yeah.
Creek.
So would you? I imagine you do a double feature of watching
That-
the entirety of Schitt's Creek,
Nice.
and then you watch both Without a Paddle movies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Thank
what a
you,
great
Trip
idea.
Too Much. This Gatorade jacket is very hard.
Did you just say both? Oh my god, yeah, there was a direct-to-video sequel to Without a Paddle. I was not
Yes.
involved in
Yes,
that.
there was.
Oh
yes.
man. Who's in that? Anybody notable? It's 3 different guys.
It
Oh,
is.
really?
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. Yes. Who was the? They never cast like a person as the friend in Without a Paddle. Although I will say, this is very
Well, Seth
interesting.
Green, Dax Shepard.
And then Burt Reynolds is like the guy, and then they got Albert, who's a
No,
wrestler.
but there's 3 friends though, right?
Wait, it's Dax Shepard, Matthew
Is it
Lillard.
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, but
Okay.
then the fourth friend died.
Oh.
But they never cast
Oh,
the
there's
fourth
no,
friend.
but nobody play. You never see him.
Because
They
they
cut him out of the film.
It's like them all enjoying their lives, and all of a sudden, like, Billy's dead.
Oh,
And then they go to the funeral.
It's like the beginning of Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, where the mom dies off screen.
Man, Kevin
Oh,
James
that's
is
a
really
shame.
good at killing women
Kevin
off.
James.
off
Yes.
screen.
Same with Kevin Can Wait. They got rid of his wife, too.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I did not work on Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Weird.
All right, that's
How about
another
that?
one we got.
Man,
All right.
that's a shame. You should have.
Yeah,
I feel
that
like you
was a
fucked up on that
touchstone,
one, yeah.
certainly.
Did you watch on? Did you work on? What's that?
Like how this
What's
Hey,
the-
did you work
I'm
on
gonna say no, whatever it is.
What was that Jack? The first film Jack Black really became
Orange
Jack Black.
County?
No, even earlier.
Not Saving Silverman.
Even earlier, he worked at a record store.
Oh,
Thank you.
No, that's a good.
Be
Fuck.
Kind Rewind is what you're thinking of.
Be Kind Rewind is a beautiful film.
No, but
I am
Orange
ruining my
County-
own bit probably, but Be Kind Rewind is a beautiful film.
I was lightly involved in Orange County though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in a consultant
Now,
world.
were you involved with getting Crazy Town's Butterfly in that film multiple
That's
times?
what I did. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Also, a movie that uses the same song a million times.
Yeah.
Well, once you get Crazy Town's Butterfly, what the hell are you supposed to do
It's
with
kind
that?
of the Greek chorus of the film. It's
I'm
Crazy
really
Town.
glad that Jake Kasdan finally got out of his funk making movies like Orange County, the TV set, and Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, and finally started making movies like Sex Tape and Bad Teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you know, Mr. Nickel F. Buckle, that has been the elephant in the room if you and Harvey ever rubbed elbows.
Really? Well, I did work on I Heart Huckabees, which is, I believe, a...
Didn't
Yeah.
you write Solo or something?
Did Harvey Weinstein write
Harvey
Solo?
Weinstein.
Yeah, what?
Kasdan.
Oh, Kasdan.
Ah, yes, Lawrence
I think-
Kasdan
Yeah, he
did
had at least had a hand in
Did
it.
they
It is-
both work on it? or
A
something?
father and son screenwriting gig.
Is that not true?
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah.
Would be interesting.
I would love to work
To
with
answer
my
your question,
dad
Trip,
someday.
Harvey did invite
Sounds
me
like a lot of
to in that New York bar of young
You were
emerging
gonna go
talent.
there.
Oh, I denied that. I denied
Oh,
the
good,
invitation,
good,
but I
good.
was invited as a cultural critic that's respected in all circles. But
Naturally.
I had the foresight to turn that one down.
Good. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah, Harvey and I traded blows in Wii boxing once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah.
but
Did Steven Spielberg ever try to fight him as a known bruiser, Steven Spielberg?
Steven Spielberg is notorious for running to sets of other filmmakers. It's like a set prank. Like when
Yeah,
That's the
pretty
guy.
good.
it's so inconsistent at this point.
I tried to suggest it was 420 because that's
Oh,
That's
hilarious.
even funnier.
Oh my
It would
God.
be the
Yeah,
film
it's
of the
funny,
century.
Yeah.
That sounds like a joke that'd be a movie that I would write.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Van Wilder.
I did work on Van Wilder.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Is that the whole title?
Oh, Van Wilder, Price of Time.
That's what I worked on.
That's the
Okay,
one.
I'm sorry, I cut you off. I
Oh
thought you
yes,
were
thank
gonna-
you. Yes.
The first one I did not work on.
No.
The second one I did though.
Yes, you
Once
jumped on that
Reynolds was
train.
out, I was in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a Cal Penn train, baby.
Yeah. I work a lot with Cal Penn.
And the train is leaving the station.
Yeah. He and I are both working for Bernie Sanders right now. Or what's he doing?
Wow.
Is that what he's doing?
Listen, if he was a Bernie Sanders head, I'd be happier for him than if he was like a Biden head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would stink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got him on Superman Returns.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
That character originally had lines.
Oh, that'd
And
be
I got
great.
him in there, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, it makes perfect sense in 2006 to have Cal Penn play a character with no lines.
Oh yeah.
This is not distracting at all during this movie.
He's known for his mime work.
Yeah. He gets to stab Superman with a kryptonite knife and then beat him up.
Wow.
it's pretty cool.
Holy shit. I know
That film
movie's
is
pretty good.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I also had the idea. Okay, maybe I did work on Superman Returns too. I
Now
also.
that I think about it further,
Yeah. I
You
also
could have been the next Tom Cruise.
I could have been if
Wow.
only I had attended the Emerging Talent Showcase
Yeah.
with Harvey Weinstein. Alas,
Yeah.
what can be done?
You know, this is a true thing. With Gemini Man,
Yes.
when I forced Ang Lee to make the movie, he thought it could really only be Will Smith or Tom Cruise. And they genuinely couldn't get Tom Cruise. So they had to go to Will Smith. And I think it was better because Ang Lee was that much more miserable.
Yes.
when I was working on Superman Returns with whoever directed that film, it was also my idea to make Superman a deadbeat dad.
Right.
I was like, Superman is too unrelatable. It's much more relatable if
Yeah.
he abandoned his son and went to space.
You gotta,
Yes, indeed.
That's
you gotta dirty him up a
Now,
little
here's
bit.
the thing. If you were directing this movie, I think this comment would have applied. Wherein J.S. Grant says, I wish movie ended with Danny kicking Jack right below the knee, and it closes with the title card again, the shitting.
That's
pretty
That's
good.
a good
Yeah.
That
suggestion.
seems like a bit that you
That
would
would
put
have
in
been
a film.
inspired by Mole Man gets hit in the
Mole Man gets hit in the
crotch with a
nards,
football,
yes.
yeah.
That's something Seth Green would do in a movie
Yes,
that I
exactly.
worked on.
yes. I was going to bring this up for probably absolutely no one in particular, but I find it fascinating that in Without a Paddle, Seth Green is berated by Scott Adsit, and both of them in about 2 years would go on to work on Adult Swim TV shows.
Wow, that is interesting.
That sounds like some kind of pointless IMDb trivia.
A little
But I
irrelevant for the
enjoy
people.
it.
I mean, he's an
Through.
industry veteran.
Yeah.
Mr. Nickel F. Buckle has
Yeah.
done several, he's
Seth
been-
Seth Green knows how to fuck. I'll say that much.
Oh,
I
my.
consider the Robot Chicken writers' room to be the modern Algonquin Roundtable.
Oh.
I mean, they're taking all the things we hold dear and they're twisting them on their ear. They're making them a little bit more
Like a ketchup
different,
bottle.
twisted,
Just-
darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nothing gets by those people. You know,
No.
Breck and Meyer, nothing gets by 'em.
They're on the pulse.
Yeah, they'll watch a show like Supergirl on the CW and think like,
Scotty, what does
if she
Marty
was a
think of
sex
that?
worker?
Actually, what does Marty think of Scotty doesn't know?
He was a really big
Or
fan.
Scatty doesn't
Scatty
know.
doesn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
yes. When-
He was furious that Matt Damon played the lead singer of that
exactly,
band
and not
because-
Scatman
Not
Crothers.
Scatman
Yeah,
Which would be
Crothers.
weird because that means he's singing a song about himself. But
But hey, that's the kind of talent that he deserves.
Yes.
He deserves to have that indulgence.
yes, indeed.
Yeah, another movie that uses the same song.
Yes.
It's a ringtone. We hear a German version.
Fountains of Wayne. What does Marty think of that?
Huge fan. He thinks the guy has done great work on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Crazy
Crazy
Rich
Rich
Ex-Girlfriend.
Ex-Girlfriends. Yeah.
Crazy Rich Ex-Girlfriend.
Crazy Rich Asian Ex-Girlfriend.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone heard of Mark one of Mark's Wahlburgers?
I've
Yes.
I've
been to
never had
Wahlburgers.
that.
I'm a franchise owner in Topeka.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Topeka, Kansas?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
The Wahlburgers. You're the
Not a lot of
ancillary.
Not a lot
chain.
of traction. Because after I Heart Huckabees, Mark and I were like, I like you, man. Because I feel like if I was also on a plane in 9/11, I would have stopped it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Would have turned out different.
Exactly, and we'd like kind of fantasize about how it would work. Like I'd be kind of like unseeming, like, oh, this guy's kind of unflappable.
Well, but you would be
on the plane.
recognized as a talent and influence.
I'm recognized all over the
Yeah.
world. Yes, Scatman Crothers' Kubrick song is still great. Yes,
I agree.
it
Yes,
is.
we agree.
Yes, it is. J.S. Grant, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Everything Now.
That reminds me, I worked on TED too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot that kind of
oh
sequel.
yes, it
9/11
did.
thing reminded me of that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it did.
yeah. 9/11, Ted 2, Two Peas in a Pod.
I'm not proud of liking Ted 1. I'll say that, but I did.
A lot of people like see clues in this movie that predict 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
and it's true. I knew about 9/11 before it happened.
I see more clues that predict Ted 2, and I have to be completely
Also
clear.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
a bit of a soothsayer.
The writing's on the wall,
Yeah.
Yeah.
essentially, with the filmmaking here.
I'm like a soothsayer who knew it and kept his mouth shut.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried.
You're kind of like Captain America in the new Avengers movie, possibly.
Well, that's not real cinema.
yeah.
I haven't seen it because it's not real cinema.
Not a real movie.
Yeah.
Deepest apologies.
A deep fake.
They are essentially 2-hour-long
Deepfake is
deep fakes.
apologies.
Yeah. Deep fakes topologies.
But does he not deep fake Al Pacino in the new movie?
That whole movie's a deep fake.
It's a
when you
huge
think
deep
about it.
fake. What's in the big chug?
Unfortunately, not Gatorade. This is just water.
It's just water.
Yeah. Gotta stay hydrated.
If you're out there in the chat, we have the Gatorade Gourmand with us.
Yeah.
Please just name a flavor if you want an opinion on it, and we'll see.
Follow my Instagram at Gatorade Gourmand.
Yes.
This film's still going. I would have given some notes and say, hey, how about not?
Cut it down.
I thought we killed Jack Nicholson.
This movie sucks.
Yeah.
Purple Rain Gatorade. That's very interesting. A defunct flavor. It was berry,
That's a
probably
real
popular
flavor?
in the 0406.
I remember
Yeah.
that Purple
They had a
Rain.
rain
Oh,
line
that's
of
a good
berry
one.
lime, and I think there was an orange one. Berry Rain was less good than lime, but still a classic. I believe the flavor has kind of reappeared in later years in the short-lived blueberry pomegranate G2.
Ooh.
I remember G2. Wasn't there a watermelon flavor?
There
in
were a lot of
G2?
G2s. There was not a watermelon flavor of G2.
Interesting.
There was a watermelon flavor of Propel,
Yeah, okay, there you go.
part of the Gatorade
What was the
family.
Tiger Woods thing?
The Tiger Woods AM was a early 2000s one.
Crash zooms.
Oh, shit.
Watch my videos on crash zooms.
Here's
Yeah.
Jack.
It's a hack move.
Oh. We'll get into it, Fred.
I'm amazed the
Yeah.
scene has not already happened in the film.
You'd think.
You'd
Yeah.
think it would,
You'd think.
Thought
it
it
would
would
have
happen an
happened.
hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are. He's escaped the freezer, and please say the line that we all know as a fuck.
Here's Jack.
Here's, yeah, exactly.
This scene was supposed to be scored to 1984 by Bowling for Soup.
It's a shame that the
I
cook
could see
took
it.
so much.
Springsteen, Madonna, waited for Nirvana. There was U2 and Blondie. Music still on MTV. Her two kids in high school. They tell her that she's uncool, but she's still preoccupied
right here.
with 19.
Here's Jack.
Yeah.
1985.
Four.
A four.
Thank you for the bits, whoever just donated. Thanks. Thank you for the Tiny Barbarian. God bless you.
Bowling for Soup is a way better band than its reputation. Right?
I'd suspect that's true.
It's like the most fun band to sing along with.
Any ska band is generally, a happy
Yeah, they're all the
presence
same.
in the world. Yeah,
That
exactly.
reminds me, what does Marty think of Jimmy Eat World?
Ooh.
Huge fan.
Okay, but that's a little more on the
Huge fan.
emo side. So is he like
They started
clarity?
out as ska, though.
How does he feel about the 18-minute cut of Goodbye Sky Harbor, their crowning achievement?
Whoa, I've never heard that.
Yeah, he kind of fell off after the.
He fell off after Goodbye Sky Harbor.
After self-titled, it was
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like, you
Wow,
know,
self-titled, yeah.
yeah.
That's so he's a deep fan. That's truly.
It's like
It's
how
early.
my relationship with Dr. Dog is like, there's 4 beautiful albums, and then all of a sudden, holy shit, this sucks.
I almost.
This continues to suck. What's happening?
What's
here?
happening?
What happened to Dr. Dog? I would
What?
say.
Listeners, if you know.
The actor in Dr. Sleep.
Thank you,
Dick
thank you,
Halloran
you
doesn't
will
look close enough
never
to brothers,
escape.
Freaks me out.
I agree.
Nobody looks.
Janice Grunt, thank you for the follow.
Nobody can mimic the wonder, the
Yes.
star power of Scatman Crothers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, no
and I
matter.
think it's probably good they went in the other direction. You know, you don't.
It's feudal.
It's
Kind of
like
an
it's like
uncanny
Solo.
valley of
We mentioned
Scatman.
Solo earlier. You can't be Harrison Ford.
Solo
you can't
written
be,
by Harvey.
Yeah, but you can't be
Yes.
Scatman.
I agree.
Originally, this took place during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We added all the snow and the ice and stuff. Also, for a music reason, we wanted to have the Zambonis in here.
Yes.
Oh.
Like 3 Zambonis just kind of driving around.
And I mean the band. I mean also both.
Yeah.
Them on the Zambonis.
Yeah. That was their cameo.
It's kind of like in basketball when Real Big Fish
That's
is
what
the
I was
house
saying.
band. Yeah.
We wanted that clueless basketball cameo. That's
Yeah,
why like this.
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, we
Right. The
mentioned-
Mighty Boss Tones are in Clueless. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. All right. Here's the fuck up.
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's get it over
Here's the
with.
fuck up.
Here's me.
Now put that at 120 frames per second. You have a fucking movie.
Yeah,
That's
I would
the film.
believe it's real. Instead of this.
Go for it.
Here's
sucks.
Jack. Ah, fuck
Boo.
Bo.
No, thank you.
Doesn't
Yeah.
even know his own
No, thank
name.
you, sir.
Incorrect.
Absolute moron.
Now Scatman Crothers and Gemini Man.
I forgot about his
Thoughts?
role. Yeah.
2 Scatman
Thoughts?
Brothers.
2 Scatman Crothers. You want to? Yes. Hologram Vocaloid
Yeah.
Scat Crothers though.
We could really revitalize his career based on what we
In this
Yeah.
new wave of like horror tech,
yes.
this kind of Black Mirror-esque.
Yeah.
Imagine
It's only the mainstream version, but you know what I mean. Though.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like tech.
I want
horror.
Hatsune Miku, but Scatman.
Yeah, I was gonna
Crothers.
say,
Yeah.
I love Scatman's voice, but imagine Miku's voice
Yes.
emanating
Yeah.
from a holographic Scatman.
And then make Letterman introduce
Haunting.
that to his audience.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Here's
Yeah.
Scatman Miku. They got the Pizza Hut promo or whatever. The Scatman.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was because Hatsune Miku was indeed the mascot of Domino's for a
Oh, yeah,
week.
yeah.
Scatman.
She would dance on the box
Yeah.
if you looked at the app right.
It was an AR thing, yeah.
I think the world's going to a good place
Absolutely.
with that happening in the world.
That's Blade Runner shit.
Yeah.
Another terrible film.
Wait, did Scatman Crothers come back in the movie yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're trying to rescue
He's on his way there.
Okay,
a
good.
shitty
yeah.
child that's Kubrick.
He hasn't gotten axed in the back yet.
I thought that's hilarious when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spielberg came over here, beat the shit out of Stanley Kubrick, and then took this for Jurassic Park.
Oh, gotcha.
It was great though because Spielberg would Superman dive basically any director on their set. Like when they're making Moneyball, all of a sudden you see Spielberg just kind of running up in the background and then just fucking
Yeah.
yeah. And then everyone would just
He's got
let
a lot
it
of
happen.
violent urges.
Yeah.
No
That
one
song,
talks about
Superman
that.
That Hoe, is about Steven Spielberg.
Oh, of
Wow.
course.
Yeah, Soldier Boy, yeah.
Yes.
Axeman Crothers, that's pretty fun.
That's really good.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
They
really
should-
good.
Remember this Scatman on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scatman. Well, Scatman Crothers.
I remember that specifically relating to World of Warcraft videos. Maybe a
Mhm.
Leroy Jenkins
That
video.
plus Leroy Jenkins, yes
Yeah.
indeed. You put
Yeah.
that into Master of None, didn't you?
That's
because
true,
there's an
I-
episode that blatantly
Smart.
references that.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
I try to put that kind of references to that kind of thing on every, like, especially Leroy Jenkins. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
been-
of course.
Well,
yes.
nerds love that shit.
They
Yeah.
really love it.
And
yeah.
Nerds is the jock now, so.
I did some
Nerds is
consulting just last season on Family Guy, and I said, what if in this scene it turns into a CG recreation of Family Guy looks like World of Warcraft,
Wow.
and they just redo the Leroy Jenkins video for like 3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
And they
Why
did
not?
it.
I love when comedy is just doing a thing that's already been done before.
Yeah. It's-
without any jokes.
And that seems to be kind of the guiding light of many films on Netflix.com.
Who'd
Yeah.
who'd have thunk? Yes, I will
It's a
say.
great strategy we have.
Yeah.
Master of None is a perfect show, except for the episode that they're not in, and it's just like following a taxi driver and like
Some
like
deaf
a
people.
bellhop and a deaf person. I'm like, "Ooh, what is this?
Yeah.
Where is he? Where's the claw?
Where's my disease?
Anyway, I think Eric Wareheim's really cool because he's rich now.
Yeah. I like that
his
he-
tiny pants in Master of None.
It's really
That was
good.
memorable.
It's really good. I'd
Yeah.
say he gets the screwball element of his physique. Also, it was supposed to be Harris Whittles, I believe, in the Eric Wareheim.
Yes.
Well, we know.
Oh,
We know how that ended.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I mean,
Unlike-
Scientology took Philip Seymour Hoffman, Harris Whittles, and another person that was referenced earlier that I can't remember from us.
This is a real fact
Tom
that has
Cruise.
always stuck with
Will
me.
Smith.
On that famous podcast interview with Harris Whittles, he talks about how the Scientology Center has fruit punch Gatorade. And I will take that to the grave. I will never forget that fact.
Dark.
Have you
I've
been?
Yeah.
No,
the
I've been
same-
wanting to go to see if I can get some free
Actually,
fruit
some
punch
fruit punch
Gatorade.
It's
Yeah.
not that far from here.
We
Yes.
could go
Unfortunately,
to the
kind of
Scientology
close.
Center.
Yes.
Where's the Gatorade?
Yes.
Where's the Gatorade?
Yeah, you had a
Favorite
bit of a-
Tarantino movie? Go.
Oh no,
Hilarious.
Scatman!
Axeman.
Has
Axeman
Tarantino
Crothers.
made any good movies?
I don't think so, because none of them have had Scatman Crothers in
Well,
them.
I've seen the original cut of My Best Friend's Birthday, which
Wow,
was
yeah.
it's a 200-minute long film.
Uh-huh.
Shot on
What
double
is that?
reverse stock. It's notoriously
Is this
his
a real
first
thing?
feature that was lost. A lot of it was lost in a fire, so he only has 30 minutes of it.
Wow.
So a 30-minute cut exists on
So
YouTube.
you actually,
It's on YouTube?
Yes.
you started the fire though because you were wanted to be the only person that saw it.
It was
You're
so
smoking,
good. I was like, I
yeah.
cannot let this man succeed.
So when you die, that dies with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My favorite movie of his is the CSI episode he did.
Yep.
Directed it? Or
I-
did it?
Quentin Tarantino directed 2 episodes of CSI.
That's crazy.
That adds
I
up to a
actually
movie.
know
Did
that.
you guys not know that?
No, I
If it's
know,
a
I
film
know.
director.
Did you all not know
I
that?
honestly
No,
did
not
not
at
know
all.
that.
Why did I bring you on the show?
Yeah. I don't know anything about movies or pop punk, so I'm out of my element here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, you
fair.
haven't really been contributing that much.
No, not
You
at
should
all.
say more
No.
stuff you've worked on.
I don't want to.
I'm having a good time doing that.
Me too.
Oh, here's the thing with the blowjob. So this is what you said was documentary.
Yes, this
Yeah,
is
was
BTS.
happening,
This is a real thing.
Yeah.
And also really sparked the furry
Yeah, it was
community.
Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro.
And then birth.
It was,
Furries.
you know,
Furry
it,
con.
it doesn't seem like there's enough of a hole in the max.
There's a lot of frauding.
Yeah, a lot of.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite
Oh,
Tarantino
yeah.
film, by the way, is The Hateful Eight.
Oof.
I don't have a favorite one. He hasn't made a good movie.
I like Kill Bill 1 and 2 because Samurai Swords is cool.
That is
Samurai Swords
cool.
is
Fair point. Fair
Yeah,
point.
I like that
Yeah.
song that
Yeah.
was the ringtone.
Yeah.
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 I've had a lot of lunches with the RZA. We've never landed on a thing we could do together.
Yeah.
Because every time he'd always be like, "How about this?" And I'd think that's kind of weird, and then he would think that's kind of weird too. But we'd always enjoy each other's company. So,
If that song was by Taking Back Sunday, I might have liked it. But
oh
I don't know.
God, Taking Back Sunday.
Saves the day. How does Marty feel about them?
He's again feels closer to like screamo emo kind of stuff maybe.
Oh wow, his tastes have shifted over
Yeah,
the course of
exactly.
this.
Yeah,
Let's
it's,
Switchfoot.
It's a
You like
little too
Switch.
much. a little too Christian for him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Too
But-
Christian, is
but-
that possible?
No,
But-
atheist.
not
Martin
everyone.
Scorsese.
He was hanging out with Sam Raimi one day, and they were
Wow.
watching the cut of
Smoking
Spider-Man
a J.
2, and Marty was like, "It's pretty good, but," and then he sat Raimi down in a chair and said, "You must work with Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You must work with Dashboard Confessional."
There's no album I've listened to more than the Spider-Man 2 soundtrack.
I don't blame
It's a
you.
good one.
I don't blame you.
Maybe Daft Punk Discovery, but I think
Vindicated by Dashboard Convention.
It's a fucking great
Is a
song.
fucking
Daft
banger.
Punk.
it's one of my go-to karaoke songs, actually.
That's a good one.
Dashboard Confessional, yes indeed.
Which was the one that had the Nickelback song?
The first one.
Yeah, that's
Hero.
that's a great song.
Yeah. Very funny first line of a song. He says, "I am so high."
Netflix dude thoughts on Black Mirror.
I used to listen to that and just laugh on it. Laugh at it.
Netflix dudes thoughts on Black
Do you
Mirror.
like Black Mirror?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it's very
It's good
scary.
numbers.
I mean, it is very scary. And as we were saying earlier, we want with our Shining reboot, which we're coming out with soon, we want it to be a modern take on The Shining. Everyone has phones. It's going to be a commentary on technology.
What if phones?
Yeah, what if phones?
What if?
Yeah, consider the phone. That's what
If you will.
if I pitched a Black Mirror episode.
Consider
Consider
if
the phone.
Scatman was Jexy.
Yeah.
And
Wow! Is it my birthday?
Is it weird that
You can't spoil me like that.
like isn't everything doing what Black Mirror does?
Kind
In a sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Does Black Mirror even have
Any
a thing anymore?
chokehold on
No.
culture
Because
anymore?
Jexy is just Black Mirror, right?
Yeah, it's just a feature-length version of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
A funnier Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror. Haha.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, favorite episode of Black Mirror. Everyone go.
Pig fucking.
Pig fucking.
First
naturally,
one.
Yeah.
Should have just, saved that one for last.
I'm a big fan of the John Hamm one.
There's
I like
John
the one
Hamm.
where his dick is an iPhone.
Yes.
Yeah. My favorite one is the one where that guy downloads his dog. His like childhood dog.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I haven't seen that one yet. They've done so many seasons.
There's
now.
so many. They keep making them too.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
just
oh,
like,
why
I
did
guess
they-
they keep wanting Black Mirror. Now,
There's
why
that-
did she scream there? That's not
Well,
scary.
it's covered in spiders.
Yeah, it's an
isn't
empty
it?
room.
Oh.
I also-
Exactly right.
I
We
also
showed her
think-
a room full of pictures of creepy
Spiders.
spiders.
Wait, let's say more of our favorite Black Mirror episodes.
I was also gonna say, related on that note, I think the reboot for The Shining should probably be Bandersnatched.
Yeah. You play along
Yeah,
with it.
you get to decide which way you go
Right,
in the maze.
exactly.
You know, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure,
Yeah,
well,
The true
I don't
ending
need
is
any more
Scatman
details
Miku.
than that. I
Exactly,
think.
yeah. If you get to the Scatman Miku hologram,
You won.
Yeah.
Trust
Then you
us,
know you've
won.
gotten the
Yeah,
true
you
ending.
won.
Another favorite Black Mirror
Joker.
one is the one where that guy joins.
That's Joker
That's
right there.
Joker
A
right
guy-
there.
Sorry, guys, that's Joker.
Oh yeah, there's Joker. There he is. There's our Joker.
50 Million Merits is truly probably the best episode of Black Mirror.
No, the best one is the one where that guy runs for like city council and he wants to be president. He keeps getting phone calls from other presidents talking about when they were killed, like talking about like the bad decisions they made and the way they were killed.
Okay.
Remember that one?
I don't.
I've
Sounds-
honestly never seen an
Don't
episode.
That
tell-
sounds good.
don't-
Thomas
Don't
Saradarian.
tell my
It's got-
bosses.
it's got
but-
Chris-
I'm not. I have the third.
Oh, okay.
Thomas Saradarian III. You haven't seen an episode of Black Mirror.
I've never seen a second of Black Mirror.
That'd be a
Because
podcast.
I'm-
If I ran Merry-Go-Round Magazine Podcast Network, podcast day one. Thomas goes through Black
Just
Mirror.
watching Black Mirror. Oh, poor Shelley. Not
Yeah.
very
No, see,
long.
that's interesting because she's looking at her own blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have been pissed.
And we could have reused the same shot.
No,
of
but
the
you
blood.
drained her each time.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
we
not-
got to
yeah,
do it
it
again
was a-
from
it was a
a
new one.
very bad off angle.
Yeah.
Which he did on Stanley did that on purpose. Every time you see an angle looking down, kind of like centerfold, like that centerfold shot,
Yeah.
accident, shit filmmaking. But he did do it off center that last time on purpose.
Another Black Mirror
Uh-huh.
is the one where
Let's
you
just list it.
Yeah.
No,
need
this is
a-
good. I like this actually.
you need an app to orgasm.
Ah,
So
yes.
nobody in the world-
Microtransactions.
Yeah. So people who
Yeah.
can't afford a smartphone aren't allowed to orgasm.
Of course. Yes.
Much
Who-
like Stanley, who didn't
who-
believe in masturbation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who directed that episode of Black Mirror? It was like a B
Kristen Bell
tier.
did.
Oh, there you go.
Kristen Bell
Bazinga
directed
Stewart.
Bazinga Stewart.
Singer Stewart was. They worked on it together.
Who? What did she do again? Bob.
Tall
Girl. Yes.
Tall girl.
I forgot why we looked her up earlier.
Restricted
Girl?
Netflix
It's a
director.
tall girl.
Bazinga Stewart.
I thought you said Tub Girl.
I wish I had.
Tub Girl.
Yeah.
That's this film. Actually.
Netflix's Tub Girl.
Yes.
Yeah, the creepy old woman
Mhm.
is the original
That's
Tub
Tub
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, remember the days of the internet where you could send someone whatever you wanted without being arrested?
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays, if you send anyone goatse, the cops
You'd be
would
on
come
a
in.
I mean,
list.
it was
Yeah.
fun back
Yeah,
then.
people
you
on
know?
Twitter
Lemon
would be like,
Party,
he sent
that
someone
was a
goatse,
fun
he's
one.
canceled.
Blue Waffle.
Oh, baby.
What's Blue Waffle?
Meatspin. Meatspin.com.
Really?
Classic.
Don't look up Blue Waffle.
Google
Yeah.
it. Bring it up right now.
All right.
Put Blue Waffle on the screen.
I don't know Blue Waffle.
I'm not gonna
We
look.
probably don't have to put it on the
I'm
screen.
gonna look.
Yeah.
This is just for us. No one else
Oh,
is gonna see
okay.
it.
All right. then
I'm
you
just
can
gonna
go.
watch the movie.
Put it on the screen. Put Blue Waffle on the screen.
Oh God, no.
Well, now I'm just getting images of Blue
Those
Waffles.
are just Blue Waffles. Yeah, that's not.
Yummy.
Image safe search off, brother.
That's a
We
good
gotta
point,
do it's
yeah.
the Wild
It's a
West.
fake
I'm
STD.
going.
Incognito
Jesus Christ!
window.
There it is a little bit.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I'm just enjoying
Well,
this.
thanks
this
for
thrilling
doing that,
climax.
Yeah. Well, you're taking notes for the reboot. It's good that you're paying attention.
If you
Yeah.
if you did a smash cut to Blue Waffle in this movie, it would fit in.
It was scary.
Yeah, it was
I would
scary.
yell.
Tub Girl technically had Blue Waffle, I'd say.
How many MTV Movie Awards did this get nominated for?
About 4.
Yeah.
Was Best Kiss one of them?
Yeah.
Best WTF moment.
Yeah.
That was Tub Girl.
Yeah, they were like, they showed that scene on TV and they were like, what, best WTF moment? And then they
Exactly.
showed the woman getting out
Little
of the tub.
Fight Club Pete. Very
Exactly.
good. Yes.
Thank you. If it was Blue Waffle.
Yeah.
What if
Subliminal
Tyler
messaging.
Durden was like, I'm going to show them a
I'm
lemon
gonna show them
party.
memes.
Yeah.
What if Fight Club but memes? Now that's a pitch for
Is that
Netflix.com.
Little Fight Club?
Little Fight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Little
yeah.
Fight
Isn't it-
Club.
Oh yeah, just a flash.
Is
Yeah.
it
No,
Netflix working
no.
on
Little
Fight Club?
Fight Club.
Yeah, yeah.
Netflix
It's like
is-
it's
It's a reality show?
Jim Henson's
Jim
Henson's
Henson's
Fight
Little
Club.
Fight
No,
Club.
Jim Henson Studios. It's like Muppet Babies,
But
you know.
Little Fight Club.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
tiny Fight
Tyler
Club.
Durden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the success of the Dark Crystal, you know, that just seemed like the
Yes,
natural
yes.
progression.
Is the best
Little Fight
retroactive scene in any movie Jared Leto getting his face pummeled in Fight Club?
Because it's beautiful.
It's
Jared
gorgeous.
Leto was the most
He
beautiful
wanted to
person they
destroy
could
something
find.
beautiful.
Yeah. Pretty Boys, that was his name was? Something like that?
Angel Face.
Angel Face.
Why do I know that?
Because it's a good movie.
Because Fight Club's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Oh, he's just absolutely incoherent at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
It looked like Nick Cage.
He's
It
really
was,
halfway
for
to
the
a heart
record,
attack.
it was written kind of verbatim also. It was just...
Yeah. Jack Nicholson, 6 feet tall.
Wow.
Wow.
Nobody knows that fact.
Because
Wow.
they make him look like he's like 4 or 5 in every movie he's in.
That's why we're thinking of casting Tall Girl in his role.
Oh, really?
The Tall Girl
Gender
herself,
bend.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so
Tall
the
Girl.
Shining reboot for Netflix.com is also gender flipped.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, okay.
That would be the move,
That's the move.
obviously.
Gotta
What did I want
modernize.
to gender flip recently?
SJWs.
What was I thinking about gender flipping?
I don't know.
Liar,
No,
liar.
you remember.
The Oscar.
You know this.
Also high.
Austin Powers.
Is
that
that
weed?
weed? Yes.
Yes. No, I'm smoking four cigarettes. I don't smoke the grass anymore, the jazz cabbage. There we go.
There he is. So that's when he actually died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cute.
That's a hilarious cut.
It's a
too.
good end.
But zoom out and you realize he nut.
He's jacking off.
He's jacking off
That's
again.
the perfect.
Oh, and so now this is the misunderstood part.
Yeah,
Yes.
this scene, we accidentally printed the wrong date on this photo. So a lot of people think it means it took place before the movie took place. That's not true at all. It's supposed to be the next year.
Absolute mistake.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the New Year's. This is late winter, and then the New Year's party happens.
Really just the final cherry on top of this shit Sunday of a film.
It's true.
Yeah, what a terrible. We just sat through this entire awful movie.
Bunk.
Man.
I've not
I'm
watched
glad
this
we didn't
movie.
have to really listen to it though.
Not really.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but I don't need to.
Yeah.
None of the good music's in it, so like
Yeah,
I have not watched this movie since 1980.
Where's Veronica?
This is my first time, and I was bored out of my gourd. You know.
I don't know who Veronica is.
Yeah.
If that's an Everything Now reference,
Veronica.
props to you.
Yeah.
Are they talking Code Veronica? Because
Oh, of course,
yeah,
the
'cause Resident
Dreamcast
Evil.
release,
Yeah.
Resident Evil game.
That's
Yeah.
what it's code
Which
for.
I think was
Yeah.
the peak, because as I mentioned earlier, I did help make the Resident Evil games.
Yes, you and Rupert Murdoch were the investors. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, there's
Yeah.
Jack.
There's old Johnny.
This was supposed to, whatever song
Yeah,
is
which
playing
song,
right now, I
yeah.
don't know what it is, but it was supposed to be a mustard plug
yes.
song.
Wow.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final goodbye to the film goers, mustard plug.
Yes.
And
How
he
are
had
we?
a nice hot dog in his hand.
Yeah,
With mustard.
Abrilnetti.
or July 4th. I said.
We're good. We just
yeah.
talked over The Shining, a film that us three worked
It's
on.
supposed to say 1981.
Yeah. See.
Yeah,
Big
that makes
mistake.
better.
Just a mistake.
sense.
It's just a misprint.
Just boo.
Yeah, and then we were like, okay, in the world of the movie, it's a misprint, and people just read it wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. We thought we could justify.
Well,
that.
thank God that's over.
What
Yeah.
a snooze!
I can't believe
Terrible
we
film.
absolutely fucked that up so badly.
Danny's name is Danny Lloyd, and like just
Crazy.
They don't even get the credits right. It's supposed to scroll. Everyone
Yeah.
knows that.
Yeah, cutting
Danny
between
Lloyd,
them.
grandfather
yeah.
of Jake Lloyd.
They
though.
couldn't even figure it out. Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Well, that was The Shining. We hope you learned something today,
Yeah.
folks.
Don't watch this movie without us talking. about
It's
it.
your birthday.
Oh,
Happy
birthday!
birthday, Tanta.
That's a sick
I-
Devilman shirt.
That's Antifa.
Antanta.
And Tanta.
And Antifa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marissa Sucks, thank you for joining us. Big fan of yours.
Argentina.
Come to Argentina, baby. Yes,
Hey.
indeed.
We'll be doing a live show there, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna talk over The Shining.
Yeah.
In
We're gonna
Argentina.
do this scripted. This was entirely scripted, of
Yeah,
course.
this was, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I've been trying to get a print of Grind.
Can
to
you
bring
sing
around.
Happy Birthday?
Yeah. Hold on, that's a good point. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tata. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy Argentina.
Clip that,
Argentina, we love you.
We love you. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in to Everything Now. This is a special episode. We're doing another one, our traditional time slot, 8 p.m. Pacific, tonight. So please tune back in. We're doing a very creepy special Halloween episode from what I've heard. I'm only a filmmaker. I don't know. You're from Argentina, too.
Wow, we have
What
a
in
lot of-
God's name is happening?
Argentinian
A lot of
fans.
Yeah.
We have one Brazilian friend that we know.
You vote
of.
for your new president.
Hey,
vote for,
Make
vote for
the
the
right
good one.
choice.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Vote for the good one.
Get a good one like we do.
Yeah.
No,
we figured it out 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck with your election.
Election.
Please tune in again in a couple hours, 8 p.m. Pacific. It's California time.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing another episode of Everything Now. But folks, we're going to call it, I think, for today. Do you have anything to
The end.
plug? Anybody here? If not to plug, anything you just enjoy on the internet.
Rent Grind on YouTube. You can rent
Mhm.
it for $3.99.
Watch Grind on
$3.99.
YouTube.
Yeah, watch it on YouTube and listen. There's a podcast called The Deep End that I like.
It's
It's
alright.
about Adult Swim.
It's fine.
Listen to it.
It's all right.
I would say don't use Amazon Prime. I would say subscribe to Netflix. Don't share a password that's messed up.
Yeah.
And join up for the mailing list, honestly.
Yeah.
You can still do it. You can still
Yeah.
get a queue going.
Please.
Upgrade.
As a
That's great.
Hollywood insider, I know some of the joke. I know some of the stuff. This is true. I may have. I didn't see a preview screening of the upcoming Scooby-Doo film.
Ah, okay.
But I have heard that there is a very long joke about how you should pay for Netflix in that movie.
You're kidding me.
Wow.
Who would be making a new Scooby-Doo movie?
James Gunn.
I wish.
Animation. Warner.
Warner made it? Okay.
Yeah.
Your
Is
good
that-
friend Mark Wahlberg is.
Mark Wahlberg's in it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. From Ted 2.
Hey, thank you.
Wow.
We're technically done for now, but I appreciate it.
Yay.
Thanks for the rate.
Who was that? Who did this? Thomas, would you like to
Yes,
plug?
read my hot cultural opinions on Merry-Go-Round Magazine at MGR Magazine on all the socials. And look up the Gatorade Gourmand at Gatorade Gourmand on Instagram for more in-depth discussion of all the varieties of flavors.
They did an episode of their podcast on Everything Now, actually.
Yes,
Merry-Go-Round
it's an
did.
incestuous family.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Cool.
Well, any other
Those
questions?
Adult Swim guys should do that.
Yes, you should, absolutely. I need a J.J.
That's
Abrams
me.
directed Scooby-Doo movie.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He is one of the only auteurs working today.
Yeah.
That him and
He
Todd
needs more
Phillips,
work.
those are the dynamic duo.
Exactly.
I'm like Bong Joon Who?
Who?
J.J.
Yeah, that
Abrams.
got him.
What,
Got him.
June, what?
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 June,
What did you
what?
just say to me?
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
you
Are you
say?
making up words right now?
Sounds like that guy's been smoking a Bong Joon Ho.
Oh.
He's a little...
Oh.
Yeah.
Making movies like Parasite that you expect people to see.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
There's
What,
not
am
a
I
single
gonna go to
Mustard
the art
Plug
play?
song in that.
There's no punk in it.
There's no punk.
Not
What
at
is
all.
your dream?
Door of Bebeto. What is your dream?
Grind 2.
Grind. We want to make a Grind 2.
What was Merry-Go-Round's video game company developing? The Sprite-based
Sprite-based
Def Jam
Def
with
Jam.
Steven
For life.
Spielberg.
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
fighting games.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. We need to make an auteur video game, fighters video game.
This is getting very
John Landis.
philosophical.
Yeah. I'm fascinated that there's so many people in the chat now.
Now, once we're done with the movie, they're like, well, we didn't
We
want
just
The
did like
Shining
an over 2-hour movie.
Money.
Yes. It was,
Yeah.
Mud
Money,
Lights, baby.
Yeah, Netflix.com.
We're
Money.
Hollywood, baby.
I love money. It's a good thing to
I love money.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
I learned Gatorade, dude, is a wealth of juicy information.
True.
Force
Well,
you-
Juicy
It's a fun
information.
chat.
Is that a
It's
pun?
quiet.
but quality.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah,
quality.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
style. I
Thank
barely
you.
say anything.
Amazing.
I try to
But
be
it's
a
all
wealth
gold.
of juicy information.
That's a fair analysis of all four of us, I
Do
suppose.
Yeah.
you have Instagram? Yes.
I worked on the movie.
Yeah, Gatorade
At
Gourmand.
Gatorade Gourmand.
Everything Now show on Instagram. And there's also this other chap, the Lawn Wrangler.
I'm
My
your
dream.
dream. Wow. Thank
What?
you.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on.
I'm single.
Aspirational, yeah.
We're all working in Hollywood.
Akacha?
Yeah. None of us have any trouble finding work in Hollywood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this vest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
Says
it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
You don't just find that in a Goodwill.
No way.
That's the
Impossible.
employee uniform.
Yes.
They beat you if you don't wear it to work.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
anyone
guess
else
that's
have-
it.
Yeah, that's
Good
kind of
night,
it.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Thank you, Argentina. Please tune in again at 8
Vote
p.m.
for the good one.
Yeah.
in 3 hours and 20 minutes. Please tune in to Everything Now again. Thank you, Marissa Sucks. Hope to see you soon.
Just followed.
Yeah,
Great.
just followed. What? Come on.
Rent grind.
What are you doing?
Everybody rent grind.
Thank you so
Everybody
much,
rent
everybody.
grind.
Pay for it.
Rent and grind. Watch this back with The Shining if you want some very fun informational commentary. Otherwise, have a great night. Thank you, the Tiny
you will
Barbarian.
never
Big
escape.
fan.
Thanks for watching. Sincerely.
Yeah.
So long.
All right. Wave
Later.
goodbye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, sure. We should raid somebody.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna raid somebody.
I'm gonna keep waving.
Yeah, keep waving as we raid. Who should we raid, folks?
What does that mean?
Are you? Yep, you're not on Twitch, are you?
No.
That's fine. I'm just gonna see who's online. That's. Oh, you know what?
I'm
Some-
trying out some new wave styles.
Yes, indeed.
Waving is about getting attention. So.
You know what?
Whoa.
I want this guy's attention.
Right.
I'm rocking back and forth.
We're rocking. We're
We're-
jiving.
We're checking
We're
out.
jiving.
We're checking out Lacking Saints.
DJ.
He's a great YouTuber, leftist Twitter person.
Back.
Make great video essays.
I don't know if
They're
I'm into that.
hilarious. Oh, sorry.
My politics have been pretty clear in this
Yeah, of
episode.
course. Yeah. All right. Well, good luck, everybody, and bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh man.